swallow gum, it stays in your stomach for 7 years. Every piece you swallow, it stays in your stomach for 7 years. So
You know how like hard it'd be for us to go to?
Well, how much gum are you swallowing? That matters, though.
Well, as a kid, I swallowed a lot of gum.
I did until I heard that shit, and I was like, "Yo, I'm not trying to die from swallowing too much gum." So I just looked it up, and it's
die from. I feel like what Marley said is more true.
They say they don't even spit it out because what if the birds eat it and then they die from eating it off the ground? Have you never heard that?
Nah, I don't want to be. I don't want to be insensitive in what I was about to say, but better than being in my stomach, right?
Oh
like I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. My fault.
It says the gum typically exits the body through bowel movements within a few days. So
it's like anything else.
It's literally like anything else. It says in rare cases, large amounts of swallowed gum can clump together and basically form.
That's when it starts to. Okay.
They said, however, this is an uncommon occurrence. You'd probably be having addiction to gum and eating.
I was about to say you had to do it multiple times a day, probably.
Have you guys seen that one show? I don't want to go off like completely off topic. Like, have you guys?
We just started the show, so I'm waiting. I'm with whatever.
Have you guys seen that show? I think it's called Strange Addiction, where the chick, she eats toilet paper.
I know what you're talking about.
And like, she was eating so much toilet paper every day that the doctor was like, "If you don't stop, like, you're not gonna be able to go." To the bathroom.
All because she has this addiction to.
Yeah.
One woman had addiction to.
I know what mine is.
The inside of the mattress, that cotton.
You know,
she was eating her mattress.
Yeah. She was eating it.
She was eating her mattress.
Or
she was
like
addicted.
Or the comment. You know, and I say these things.
Okay.
And I'm not trashing them because I am that person.
You have a strange addiction.
No, I eat those. I don't. Not right now.
Wait a minute. Wait.
I don't eat them now, but like as a kid, like I did eat toilet paper. I
ate toilet paper a little bit. Like sometimes I would just want to taste it just to see.
Or like the styrofoam from my car seat. My mom said I would eat it. She said I would eat the rocks from the tires from the car. I broke a hole in the screen door of this thing so I can get a rock. That's what she said. I don't know.
Know the people you pod with, guys.
Yeah. But
I don't know.
To this day, like when I smell the powder soap, I want to eat it.
So that's the thing. I feel like everybody has one of those at the very least, right? But
like gas for some people.
Mine's is like a freshly vacuumed carpet. So okay, you're gonna look at me weird. And you was over there eating gravel. Like there's no fucking way. Like there's no way. No, okay, so everybody. So I'm the weird one. In the room.
No. The carpet's cool. I'm just trying to think of like what
like you'd smell it. Like you'd be like the Glade. What is it? The Febreze commercials when they're like
where they're that close from the carpet. Yeah.
Oh.
I know what type of pie we're about to have, but I'm literally meaning I would lick the carpet.
Oh.
I'm very like I like the smell of a vacuum.
I know what
like
it is.
that.
It's so weird. It's gonna sound so crazy.
What do you have?
You guys
watch this be crazier than mine, by the way. Oh, and about the show, the person that I saw, she was licking ashtrays. Like she would go around and lick y'all. Yeah, she would go around and lick ashtrays. That was her strange addiction. But anywho, yeah, I don't know. What's yours?
Yeah. You guys know when like they'll newly renovate like a house or an apartment.
The paint smell?
No, like new like fresh wood. Like structure,
oh,
it's like I could bite it. Yes. So it's such a strange sensation. It
Let
smells
me find out
like
you over there gnawing on cupboards.
Yeah, that's literally the sound. It's like I could literally just bite it. It smells so good. It's okay. Yeah.
There's no way.
That's my one. That's weird, but hey, it smells good. I like how it smells.
This is how I know we're in store for an amazing pod, guys. Like this is about to be fun. Episode 69. We're about to get to it the only way we know how.
So
let's do it,
man. That shit. You better fucking recognize that fucking name right there, ASAP.
Rocky is free.
Recognize that shit ASAP. Fucking ASAP. You don't put no fucking fear in my heart.
These other niggas so they open up my mojo. And it's so blow it out your culo. Who got dough on the smoke though? My partner had Cinco, now we blowing on that Ocho. Bozos love my rose gold. Turbo got me slow mo. Nothing like I'm guilty, but my
episode
my though. What you think this photo? These niggas must be loco. 7 on these bricks and for your bricks, so call me Toto. Follow me now.
We're gonna slowly get to it. Rocky just beat 24 years.
Text a message, I don't know the number.
I'm gonna let this rock for a little bit.
Niggas every morning muscle. Steady taking shots, never hurt nothing. Even then, y'all don't worry nothing. And I like to give a shout out to my niggas with the game plan. And shout out to my niggas with escape plans. 20 bands, rain dance. We can keep the rain checker, we can make plans.
I went back and listened to Testing not too long ago. Testing is pretty dope. I don't know. Marley, I know you haven't listened to Rocky. A$AP Rocky's Testing.
Sometimes I even stop the smoking. I just know.
But
Explore, expand, concord.
like almost from New York shit right now. Yeah, we're gonna let it rock down a little bit. What did you say? I hope you know this one. Again, y'all, episode 69. It was rest in peace to Voletta Wallace, mother of Biggie Smalls. Almost out of here, guys. Got an exciting show for y'all today. I'm excited for it. Let them know, big. So, one more and I'm done. I
What? That's right.
You gonna sing for us?
No, I don't
hear humming.
My mom tried. She got me singing.
Did you say
First things first, I pop freaks all the honeys, dummies, playboy bunnies, those wanting money. Those the ones I like, cause they don't get Nathan but penetration. Unless it smells like sanitation.
Why do I get
like
the craziest text message as I start to
ugly as
yo,
ever.
let's start
the
this.
what?
Let's episode 69 of the OD podcast, guys. I am your host, Terrell Chatterbox Emerson, A$AP Relly Graham, whatever you know me as. Hi guys.
Howdy.
It has been the world is a motherfucker, is what it is. Anywho, episode 69 of the OD podcast. I am your host, Terrell Chatterbox Emerson. Behind the camera, as she usually is, Miss Caprice, Miss MC. In front of the camera is somebody who I'm very excited to do this show with. Very excited to do future shows with. Very excited to just see how far this goes. But in front of us, we have adult film star Marley Bee. Marley, what's up with you, lady?
Hello. I'm chilling.
We gonna get right to it. So first of all, thank you for joining us on the pod. First of all, thank you for joining the festivities. So I'm gonna start the pod by just letting everybody know really quick. If you are an avid listener of the podcast, of the OD pod, there was a version of the pod when we were in college. And like I said before, I still think that there's a way to get to all the topics that we used to get to before. I feel like it was just all over the place before. And typically when we're on this pod, you guys know what the radio show is, right? Shout out to everybody over there with the Talk That Talk radio show. But you guys kind of already know what the radio show is. That's sports. Of course, we talk a little bit of sports here on the podcast, but this is mainly entertainment, right? But one of the things that I always talk about, especially being here in Vegas, this company is sports, entertainment, and Las Vegas lifestyle. So there's another portion of this company, and this podcast is going to be one of the things that kind of helps catapult that, right? And again, like I said before, you guys have seen some of our crazy episodes before. I think one of our, should I say fan favorite? I know Caprice, you bring it up a decent amount in terms of Battle of the Sexes.
Oh, yeah.
Duna had the famous one-liner about women sticking together. He was like, women could watch somebody cut off a man's toe and a girl would turn her head and be like, I didn't see shit. Like, I didn't see. And that was like everybody's takeaway from that particular pod. So you guys know we have an entire pod that we had to get rid of for a couple of different reasons. But yeah, man, like I said before, I came back maybe a couple of months ago and we did a little restructuring of the company. And as a part of that, we've done restructuring of the shows. So because of that, Marley, I feel like when we get to your portion, I don't want to feel like it's like an interview. Like I don't really like that feeling in this particular setting.
I get nervous.
Yeah, see, and that's what I don't want. That's the last thing I want. We're gonna get to how we met. We're gonna get to our first meeting. We're gonna get to the shits. Let's just have some fun with it. But we'll start off with just the way that we typically run the pod. I got two quick topics. You guys kind of heard me open the pod with ASAP Rocky. Shout out to ASAP Rocky, who beat a 24-year case. I know Caprice and I talked about it. I don't think we talked about it on camera or not, but we talked about the plea deal that he was originally given. He opted not to take it, and clearly he knew something that we didn't know. Cause
Rock Nation.
Yeah,
I take back what I said because I did say when it's all happened that he should take the plea deal, but I said that because there's footage of the whole situation. Like it's all on camera.
you know how bad you gotta drop a case.
So that's why I was like, maybe he should just took it, but he bet on himself. He took a chance. Marty Marvel on Twitter said that he said the devil works hard, but Rock Nation works harder.
Oh.
So
They
had plenty of money and resources, but I do believe in his heart of hearts, he still was a little bit worried because at the end of the day, it was based on what the jury was going to decide. So when they read the verdict from the footage I saw, you could tell he was very relieved. Like you could even see him take a deep breath. Like
That's why he jumped over that thing.
mm-hmm.
I didn't
was
want to
like
be that guy, but I
yeah.
have never seen them allow somebody to do that shit.
They don't.
You know what that?
I don't think they do.
Do you know what that said to
You
me?
would have thought that was OJ. Oh my lord.
I saw that and said, "Nigga, that's the power of Rihanna." Like they let her do whatever. What?
I didn't want to be controversial and say that, but like honestly,
Mm-hmm.
in my opinion, I feel like it wouldn't have gone as smooth as it did if she wasn't there.
That's why she showed up with them babies. That mattered.
I knew when she showed up with them babies, I was like, oh, this is getting serious. They really are.
That's a great point.
They're a little worried. They're trying to make sure they portray image. Because remember, Tory brought his kids to court. Everybody shit on him though. But whatever.
That is,
and also people shit on him still, but now they're like, yay on ASAP. It's just funny to see the reactions be so different when this shit was on film.
It really just depends on who you are at the end of the day, honestly. Because people were comparing the cases, saying like, you know, there was a video, and with Tory Lanez, like, there's not a video. Yeah,
I haven't seen any comparison to that. That's why when Caprice just brought that up, I was like, wait a minute, you guys are onto something.
I just,
I'm Mr. Conspiracy Man, and I didn't think about that shit until y'all said it.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's just always interesting to see the reactions. But at the end of the day, it's people pick who their favorites are. So they love ASAP and Rihanna together. Like them as an image, like they didn't want him to go to jail. They're like, oh, Riri's baby Didi.
Yeah, it's like she finally got the man that she wanted, that she's been like
They don't. They
talking
wasn't.
about
Yeah.
and everything, like and then ever since day one, like ever since when she was on his video, like people wanted them together,
hmm
and now they're finally together, and they have children and all this wonderful thing.
Yeah, people just love that. So that they like that image. People weren't attached to Tori's image. I think
Yeah.
that's a really important conversation to have. How powerful image is, because had Tori had a different image, like people just loved him, like as fan faves, the way people love Rihanna and ASAP. It's really interesting. Like all it takes is to become a fan fave, and people love the whole image of like your wife, your kids, or whatever. Tori didn't have that, and that's also why they tell presidents when they're running, you have to have a solid family. They
Who
don't
the
even
fuck
wanna-
are you in here teaching? Okay,
Yeah,
that's a fact.
What she's saying is so true.
It is.
image
That's
is
why I'm like, wait a
powerful.
minute. Why you?
Yeah.
It
You just
matters
tied
so
together
much.
presidential debates in Tory Lane. So I'm like, how the fuck did you
Hey,
just?
I'm just
How did you
saying.
do that?
Because image is everything, no matter what situation you're in. Like if your
Mhm.
image is bad, like
Yeah.
even in the industry, like if somebody says something bad about you,
Mhm.
one to however many people won't work with you
Yeah.
because video footage or no video footage, like
Right. That part.
it's like it's an image.
Yeah, it's a serious image thing. But yeah, ASAP he's free. That man is done. The case is over.
Yeah,
Yeah.
home.
Yeah.
Word.
Yeah.
At home with Rihanna, I don't and his babies. I don't think you can consider that an L
You
for
should stay out of
Rocky.
trouble. So you stay out of trouble, sir, because we all seen the video, dude. So let's stay out of trouble.
This is what I will say. And I said it on the last pod, or did I say it 2 pods ago? Again, like I said, we'll get to how me and Marley met in a second. But I don't know if you paid attention to my Instagram name.
I can't think of it right now. No.
My fucking Instagram name is ASAP Relly.
Yeah, they was blowing you up.
The real part. I don't remember.
Here, and thank you, because the funny thing is, I realize who has been like hitting me up. It's like, bro, like I've been having a field day responding to people thinking that I'm the fucking ASAP Relly
No.
that was on. Are you fucking crazy?
Oh.
Are you crazy?
Wow.
I don't look like the nigga.
Y'all have the same
A.
first real name too.
I didn't
Is
even
his name Terrell? You
Yeah.
did say that shit last time, didn't you?
Sorry.
wow.
That pisses me off.
So y'all damn near the same nigga.
No, we're not. We're not. Now I gotta leave the show. See, now leave the show. But no, and the funny thing is, the only thing that kind of saves me in this regard, he spells Relly with an I.
Like,
Aside from the nigga being from New York, aside from the nigga being dark skinned, that nigga, I like nothing like the nigga.
so
But
RELLI.
I think
So really.
I don't know. You got me, but I know that my name isn't spelled that damn way. But shout out to Rocky for beating his case, man. I feel like in hip hop it hasn't been a lot of that recently. Even Thug, obviously he beat the case ultimately, but Thug went away for a long time. So Thug did do a bid. We still have Dirk doing the bid. We still have
Dirk is still in there, huh?
Dirk is gonna.
I don't think Dirk coming in, but
Dirk got some work to do right now.
one guy in the Melly.
YNW Melly is another one. Thank you for bringing Melly up. That's
Think about his girlfriend, his ex-girlfriend.
what happened.
So she did. I guess I don't know. Like, I don't quote me for everything, but like, I guess they had asked her about the whole thing, and then they went after her too, and they had. I think they like put her away for a little bit. I don't know if she's still in there. I don't know the whole thing, but they're trying to get her too.
In the Melly thing, and I don't want to be this
She
guy.
didn't want to talk. Like, she didn't want to testify against him.
Yeah, I think they were upset that they
Yeah.
didn't get the answers they wanted, so they were willing to do whatever.
Yeah, and so they hadn't seen each other for a while. It's a whole video like where she's sitting on that side of the courtroom and he's on the other one, and he won't like keep his eyes off of her because just everyone's being dramatic.
Right.
But like she's in handcuffs. like she's in custody, and I'm guessing because like she didn't want to talk about him or testify against him.
So unfortunately, we've just had this conversation real quick about a couple different rappers, right? We don't have to bring in other cases, even in terms of a Meek, for instance, right, of the past. That YNW Melly case, I don't want to be the contrarian, and obviously you want justice in every situation.
Yeah.
There's a legal process. And at this point, even if you want to argue that Melly is not schizophrenic, cool. He's something.
Yeah.
And because of that, you just have Melly jailed right now. Melly isn't even getting the attention that he could be getting if you guys got him a proper diagnosis. But you guys are so hell-bent on pinning this murder on him that this is what it kind of turns. I think it's a double murder, actually. That this is what it trickles down into. And not to sound like that, every time I see Melly, I didn't see this last one. Every time I see Melly in court, the nigga don't look healthy. If you want me to just be honest with you, the nigga don't look the healthiest.
Mm-hmm.
So if he is lacking the help that he could be getting, then again, what are we doing here?
Now they're trying to go after the girlfriend. Hey, see, y'all, this is why you get married. Spousal privilege.
That
Some
is a
shit like
fact.
that.
Did you see El Chapo's wife? Do y'all remember what El Chapo's wife did?
Oh, didn't she like? No,
She just said like, I
No.
don't know, nothing. I haven't seen nothing. I have no idea.
Bro, because if you watch the video, this is the best shit in the world. If you watch the video, they were that's why it's like you just said, it's important who you marry too. It's not just marrying somebody, it's important who you marry.
Yeah.
Dog,
Sure.
they were like, so you didn't know that every night you were sleeping next to a criminal drug patient. The whole time she was sitting there and was like, no, couldn't have imagined.
And they act like honestly, they act like spouses or like significant others don't be like, oh, I stayed at work late, and their spouse doesn't question it. Like you're out late. Oh, you went out. Oh, you know
Exactly. And the funny thing is, whether she's lying or not, what the way that she looked on the stand, let's just say for shits and giggles, you want to say she was lying. The face she put on, she was like, he's a what? No, I never. Shit is news to me. I was like, she was like, not my husband, not the one, can't be.
I could. He's too kind.
I've been living a lie. I've been living in the dark. Wow. I'll be like, I'm just as shocked as y'all. This is crazy. Matter of fact, I need some time to myself.
I'd be like, and he said no to the new shoes I wanted. Oh my god.
Right, yeah.
Now you gotta really add on. I'm actually with it. Nah, but she smoked that. It's important who you marry. I opened the pod, like I said a second ago, with Rocky. I also coupled that with a couple of big records. Rest in peace to his mother. Rest in peace to Voletta Wallace. Passed at 78 years old.
Rest in peace.
Y'all know how I feel about. You don't know how I feel about Big yet, Marley, but I'm a huge Big fan. One of the best stories that I'll say that I have about Big's mom. Obviously, I never met her, but just from one of the things that I've seen, it was like one of them docs. They've done a million docs on Pac and Big, and they was talking to Voletta, Miss Wallace, and she was talking about Big's music. And she was talking about some of his records, and she was like, yeah, when I hear him say that he was living this way or living that way, or we didn't have food in the fridge, that's not true. And it makes me go back to what Big said before. Big always said, this is like acting to him. And I always found it funny that people didn't hold him to that a little more, but maybe because of, obviously he passed at 24, I believe it was, but he always said it. He was like, yeah, I could be a lover on one record and I could be somebody else in a different record slapping women. And then in this next record, I can be X, Y, and Z. This is portrayals. Like he said, if Denzel goes and does X, Y, and Z, you don't think he's that. So it's just interesting that Big's mom, that was the one thing she ever said to me, that where she came out and was like, I'm not mad at him, obviously, but nigga, Put some respect on my name. That's not what we did. You ate.
I fed you.
Yeah,
Word.
and he said
Your name is big. What the fuck?
he was talking about how Christmas missed us. That's because
Thank you for saying exactly what record it was. Thank you.
that's because she was a Jehovah's Witness. So
Oh my gosh.
he didn't add that part in.
That is
He was making it seem like
hilarious.
it was because like from being poor, he didn't celebrate the holiday. So you could talk about that. You could talk about being like oppressed in a religion, but
I want to talk about what you said, Brooklyn basement. But
yeah. So you can't rap about living
It's
a
a
project
movie.
life.
It's a film. That's what he said. You gotta, that's never mind. I feel like that's like saying allegedly. By Big saying that this shit is like all smoke and mirrors was like his allegedly. It's like no matter what he said, the rest of his career was. Go back and listen to that interview in '91. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Whatever. I could be wrong. But Marley, man.
Hello.
Miss Marley. I want to, first of all, now that we're here.
Yes, thank you for having me.
No. Of course. Let's do another round of applause. Since you're here. But I wasn't gonna. First of all, I was gonna ask you this off camera, but then y'all's conversation got good twice, and I was like, "Fuck, where do I start? And then I just pushed record, right?
Yeah.
But how would you like to be introduced? Like that was my question originally. Like, so like, what would you like for? Because obviously we know what we're about to get into. I have some topics that I think are kind of like semi icebreakers, and then I have not serious topics, but then I have topics that I feel like you'll get a little more in depth on. But what's the typical way that you like to be introduced? Do you have a way?
No.
Really?
No, like what hey guys, it's Marley. Like
that was literally it. Like so the title was fine.
Yeah. I'm super simple all the time. So a simple introduction is good for me.
So
yeah.
If that's the case, then I'll get on how at least I'll start with how we met or how we first interacted. I'll say that first, right?
Yes.
So I'm on Twitter, and I'm always on Twitter, right? And everybody, for the most part, if you use Twitter, you know what Twitter is, right? And I came across a thread, and the thread said, it doesn't even matter what the thread said. Not that I remember any damn way. And the funny thing is, if I knew what the thread was, I would tell you what it was, and then I would ask you if you want me to say it. But I don't remember what the thread was.
Honestly, I mean, if it's okay for me to say it, like
yeah, you're good.
The only threads that I really be posting to on okay.
I was like, you hesitated. I was like, what was it?
Like, it's Twitter, so I was like, like the backshot threads.
Okay.
Or, I think the last one that I did was it said, face down, ass up. That's the one that I just posted to.
Mm-hmm.
But so they're all around backshots or like ass.
I was about to say, now that I think about it, now that you mention it, because I don't remember, but it probably was one of those, or like a Wagon Wednesday, one of those probably.
Yeah.
Because only reason why I remember is because I seen the thread pop up, and when people start posting videos or whatever, and people get to being in the mention, the replies like,
yeah,
where's that? Like, find that. So I found your app. Only reason why we're even here right now is because you said new Instagram.
Yeah.
And just the way I think, to be honest with you, and I've told you this before, I've had certain people on the pod. I've gauged certain people for the pod to see if they would kind of work. Mm-hmm. And I've been like, I'm not doing it. And like I said before, like I even started the pod with, if I'm going to have a company that features Las Vegas lifestyle, I got to start talking to people in Las Vegas lifestyle. There's no way to get around it, right? So I seen that you had a new Instagram. So I was like, new Instagram means not that many followers.
It means I got deleted.
So no, that's exactly what it means. So that's why I was like, if she has a new Instagram, that means she probably doesn't have as many followers. She's probably seeing her DMs more.
Yeah.
So I said, all right. I said, let me see how I want to play this. So again, I don't I couldn't imagine what it's like to be a woman because I'm who I am and I don't trust a fucking soul. Like I don't trust anybody. I don't even okay, there you go. There you go. So that's good to know because I followed you and I was like, do I just randomly hit her up and be like, hey, do you want to be on the pod?
Yes.
So I was like, that's what I should have did. Is that the best approach?
Yeah, because I mean, a lot of people, for whatever reason, they are hitting me up for, they just do it like that. Like I don't like, when people beat around the bush.
I was gonna say beat around the bush, small talk.
Don't act.
What's up?
Like, because obviously, like being a girl, like whatever you do, some dude may be in your DMs and like they might be like, oh, how are you? How's your day?
Get to the point, fucker.
Exactly. Like what you know what you want, And
the funny thing is,
is he at home? Like
on the computer?
Is he on his laptop? Oh yeah, he really wants to talk.
When you age yourself, like
no, being like sending nasty DMs on Instagram from a desktop is fucking insane, bro.
They do that. I feel like the people do that on Snapchat because like Snapchat snitches on you all the time. So it says like so
if you're on a laptop,
it says so and so is on the web or something like that. It says something.
A web browser?
Oh
if that's the case, I'm gonna shoot some bit. Should I shoot the bill?
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure if I'm shooting the bill or if I'm snitching on somebody.
Twitter used to say if you were tweeting from
somebody.
Android or iPhone, and sometimes it would say if you were tweeting like via the web, the browser.
Right. Yeah. But I feel like if you're using your phone, if you use Safari, it'll also say that.
No.
No?
No.
It still says your phone?
I don't know. I don't want to.
Because you're not using it from the app. I don't know.
It's like somewhere from, but not the app. It says like at the very bottom, like after they send it, it'll say like so and so's using Snapchat through yada yada, like website.
Just tell them when you don't need to tell. People don't need to know.
If you're sending Snapchat messages from a laptop, you might be a creep. You might.
I mean, maybe there's Apple and they have all their stuff connected.
See, yeah, that too. Like, I don't want to make it seem like I'm trashing people for doing that.
No, I'm sure.
No. Yeah, no. It's so. However you want to respond, guys. Word. Totally.
However you want to send the message, that's fine.
Put in that effort. Put it in.
Yeah, If you're gonna hit me up, you're gonna hit me up. So if it's that laptop, what's up?
You doing the most just to talk to me? Cool.
Right.
Yeah, that might actually work in your favor a little bit.
Exactly.
So, ironically enough, the day that I followed you, I think you did a Q&A, like an anonymous Q&A.
Oh, I love those.
And I was like, I'm gonna just ask here. Like, we'll see what happens. And I asked if you would be interested in being on the pod or if you've ever been on the pod, something like that. And you were like, I would be interested or something like that. But essentially you said DM me.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, cool. And we've been there since then. And ironically enough, again, like I said before, I'm one of those people to where I've been in the middle of pods before and literally made the decision in the middle of the pod, okay, this would never happen again. Like, this person cannot sit here again. Like, so ever since then, I kind of try to meet a person beforehand, right?
Green flags.
What's the green flag?
Meeting people beforehand, like, or at least wanting to meet a person beforehand before like the business aspect gets to it, because the reason that you said, like, what if we didn't do that and I came up in here and I was like weird as fuck.
Yeah, and well, see,
or
also
quiet, as like really quiet, didn't say nothing.
That I've had that before.
Oh.
And that wouldn't work. And that's why, and if I can be a little bit candid, one of the things that you told me after you agreed to come on a pod, you said that you feel like you talk a lot.
Yeah.
And in this business, I try to look at it from both sides of the spectrum. The opposite of that is somebody who doesn't talk at all.
Yeah, that's awkward.
I can't work with that. Like, if you start to run on right now, it's like I said, it's my job to feel like I can try to get the show back on the road. As long as you talk, we're good. If you don't talk, We're not good.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you want to tell the meeting story. I could tell it.
Oh, I'll tell you.
Yeah, I would rather you tell it. So let's do it.
Okay, yeah. I do believe like we were supposed to meet somewhere else, but then
Yeah, where
like
I had a tie spot that I was trying to get back to.
yeah, sorry, but like yeah, I had I had an emergency, and so we ended up meeting at Hooters, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. And we both ordered a salad, and you did not eat yours.
So here's
Waste of money.
Waste of money.
here's the problem. Shout out to Helena, right? Shout out to Lanes.
Shout out to her. She's so cool.
Yeah, Helena was supposed to be here actually. So
Yeah, we love you, Helena. Where are you at? Probably taking shots.
we miss you, Doug.
Bonito. That's how I knew.
So that's how you know that she really hung out with Helena, because she knows the Hornito shots, right?
Yeah.
So went inside of there, and the only reason why I got a salad, and the funny thing was I thought about it when since our first meeting, I thought about it and was like, if I order this shit, in the back of her mind, she's gonna be thinking, this big ass nigga just ordered this salad on the first like meeting.
I would never.
Because it's the first meeting. At least that's what I thought, right? So in the back of my mind, I'm like, little does she know, I bartend at Buffalo. I just had wings last night after closing when I probably should have ordered a salad last night. So that's why I'm just going to do a role reversal now. And then she kind of told the story, but I got it. I realized it was blue cheese crumbles on it and was like, oh, well, there goes that. There goes that.
That makes a lot of sense because like, it was Buffalo. It makes a lot of sense because you had buffalo chicken,
Mm-hmm.
blue cheese. But
Look at you remembering. Check you out.
know, I don't remember anything.
You remember that?
But yeah, the meeting was really cool. I'm really a shy person, and immediately like when I sat down and we started talking and discussing like what we potentially can be talking about and asking questions, and I felt like I was talking so much, but it was such a cool meeting, and that's why I'm like, you had me here and I choosing to be here because like it was just, it's always nice like when you plan, like that's why meetings happen. So it's like you don't have to break the ice when it's important, So I think that was a good one, and laughing, and you also found out like kind of a little bit about me just because the music that was playing, and I was jamming to it, and
That's a fact.
we talked about cologne. You asked a stranger
We
what
did.
cologne he was wearing, and then yeah, it was super easy going, and for me, no matter what I'm doing, whether it be like a video or a podcast or it's once I feel comfortable, it's like the content is better. And that's an advice that I give to anyone. Like the more comfortable you are, the better the content is. And it's so true.
I agree. That's in every setting.
1,000%.
So true.
Oh no, I thought Caprice was about to take over. I didn't know what you were. If you
I
were
was just
adding on to it.
agreeing. That's just in every setting. When you feel comfortable,
Yeah.
you're gonna get the best of me. If I'm not comfortable, be real restricted around here.
Absolutely, which is why that's another thing, right? You just said it'd be visible, right? And I feel like for me, a lot of people have like walkouts on like radio shows and podcasts and stuff like that. You don't know that person, and that's why like I'll be a little bit transparent here. I don't knock people that do it, but I don't take money for interviews because then I feel entitled to. This is gonna sound real trash, but because music. Sorry, guys, but because musicians do it, and musicians are trying to like pay to like be on the show. What if I wasn't gonna listen to it? Now you're paying me to listen, essentially.
Oh,
You get what I mean? So like now this interview, what if I don't like it? And now you didn't pay me to listen to it, so now you feel like you paid for a positive review. If I don't like the shit, I don't like the shit. So that's why I don't really take money for to come on the show. Right now, you could pay me to do an interview. That's different.
Right.
Coming on my platform,
Right. You're gonna get the truth.
that's a different story. Now, if you want me to conduct, I'm a journalist. I know how to conduct an interview with anybody under any circumstance, so we can do that. But in order to be on the show, I don't do that shit. I tell people all the time, the radio show is a function of the company that I've built with my friends. Period. This podcast was built because people looked at me and was like, "Oh, you've been doing what you've been doing since I don't know, 16, 15 years old when I was in high school and I was covering games. And like I always tell people, like, I tell people two things. A, I have friends from politicians to porn stars, which is like literally what I always say. Or I'll follow it up with, I went to school in Vegas. So life isn't always work. Like just from the nature, like there's little hints in my life if you watch them, right? And like I said before, this is kind of a portion of it. And to be honest with you, like I said before, you were sitting here talking about you were worried about the meeting. I was worried because I was like, what if this shit goes left? And now I'm sitting here and in the back of my mind, I'm like, so this is not happening. So I didn't invite this woman out for no fucking reason. We're going to eat these damn chicken tenders and we're going to go home.
Yeah.
Like, that's what we're going to do. We're going to go our separate ways. But like I said, there's a lot of different things I want to talk about. It's not really a structure that I have to this, but some of the things that I sent you that I said that I wanted to talk about, you might unknowingly be creating the structure for the way that I want these particular shows to go. But Caprice, this is something that you asked me if we could talk about last pod.
What?
This topic, I'm a little nervous. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm a little nervous only because I want to tell the truth, but I don't know how to do it without coming across a way. But it's finally time to talk about tip culture. And Marley, one of the things that you told me when we met,
Yeah,
you said you used to strip.
indeed.
So I bartend, and obviously I used to serve, right?
Mm-hmm.
Caprice, you've never bartended, but you've served.
Yeah.
So you've served, you never bartended. Maybe 2 weeks ago, I was serving. I wasn't bartending, I was serving. And I had one of those days, right? I feel like I was working my ass off. And I looked down and I had made like $60. And I was like, I'm not gonna hold you to be running around this motherfucker like I am.
Should be a little bit more than
This
that.
ain't okay.
Yeah.
This ain't enough.
And I started to be, and I'm trying my best not to come off away, but I wrote it down and I was like, we got to talk about tips. And shout out to Helena. She was supposed to be here because she wanted to give her take on tip culture. I know y'all got some stories about tip culture.
Yeah, you first. I know they're not going to the strip club and not
Oh,
having no money. That's
but they
like
do.
the sole purpose
Wait,
of
go
going.
and not have money?
Yes, like so I didn't strip here in Vegas. I was stripping in a small town. But like it was really the young dudes. The young dudes will go in there and just want to sit there. They want to sit there and partied up. And
They just want to see live titties. I mean, it's the same
and
thing.
it's like, dang. And then there's other guys that get bored because they get in there at a certain time kind of early and they're bored. And like I've had a time where I was on stage and I've always been goofy with whatever I do. I like when I interact with anybody, it's goofy. And so I was talking to this dude, and then it was my time to go on stage. And I was like, okay, if no one starts tipping, like I'm just gonna start doing that.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, I'm gonna tip and I'm gonna start throwing. I'm gonna roll up my dollar bills and I'm gonna throw them at you. I'm gonna try to, put them right there, and and I was like, oh, do what you want.
And keep in mind too, you could say a little bit if you want to, so you're good.
I don't want to say, but yeah, he was trying to make them where the sun don't shine,
Right.
And so yada yada, like I'm here. These are my feet.
Okay.
and I'm just feeling these little balls hitting me on stage, and then he ended up getting told not to do that ever again. So there's good times when they tip, and sometimes it's just like you get that one dude that just he wants you, and he's like talking all this game, and then he pays to get the private dance, and there's nothing after that. I think you should still tip. If you get a private dance, I feel like you should still tip.
After the dance, yeah.
Like while she's giving you the dance.
Okay, I was about to say, because I've done both. Like, so my tip. So first of all, I don't mind going to the strip club in a couple of different like settings.
Mhm.
I prefer to go to a strip club with a woman.
Why?
Energy is different.
Mm-hmm. It could be more hype, definitely.
Energy is just different.
Yeah.
Me and my ex, I'm not gonna say we went a lot, but my ex and I would go a decent amount. And I would tip around the stage. I would definitely go and tip. Obviously, like you said before, if you're going and kind of just sitting, it's like it kind of defeats the purpose to go. But I would tip around the stage, but I was more like you said before too. Get a private dance or whatever. Tip there, tip after. I've
That's the
done.
point of the private dance, like because that's the girl you've been eyeing all night, you know. Like
That's yeah.
you asked her to go behind the door, behind the curtain, and she put in the work for you. So empty the pocket, because like the more you tip, the more look in the camera. The more you tip, the harder we work. Like they're not gonna want to talk to you if you're not tipping. Like might as well just leave.
Money talks.
Money talks.
Facts. And I have a couple of private dance stories. Some good, some not so good. Because I'm not gonna say I don't like them, but I found out during a private dance that like fake titties weren't like my thing. Like it's not, and it wasn't even me trying to be rude. It wasn't even me trying to be an asshole. But you can kind of get the picture, guys. I don't have to necessarily say it, but I went back there. The dance was what it was, so I was what I was. And then the moment I touched him, I was like, oh. And he did the same thing. He was like, oh. And I was like, oh, well, sorry.
Some are nice. Before I
Those
started,
weren't for me, I guess.
before I like actually started stripping, like, so I only started stripping was because like I had first worked as like a stage girl. Like I would clean the stage for the dancers.
Okay.
And then
Okay.
yeah, and then everyone would be like, when are you gonna go up there? When are you gonna go there? So it was like I seen the money, so I was like, I should just do it.
You guys have never seen Marley in person, so that's why you don't know why people were asking her that.
Oh, yeah. But
You know.
but one of the strippers there, she was such a nice chick, and she had told me that her boobs were fake, but they looked so real
Right.
and moving and everything, and so I was like, can I feel them? She let me feel them, and I guess it's called gummy bear.
This is all shocking news to me.
Yeah, I don't. It's not silicone.
Okay.
I don't want to say what it is because I don't know. I didn't know it's.
But
just,
it's soft.
yeah, it's like if you were feeling your own. Like hers felt real. They looked nice. They looked real. Like they weren't like up here, like really
Natural, but just like really good looking.
She could have fooled. She could have fooled me. She could have fooled me. Like I did not think.
Wow. Yeah, I didn't know they did them like that. I thought it was just silicone.
Mm-mm.
Silicone already is real fake like.
And that one's scary. Silicone is scary because like I've thought about it before, like getting my boobs done. But it's such maintenance.
My dumb ass just realized why it's called gummy.
Because it's so soft?
I think it was squishy.
Yes, exactly why.
Yeah.
Because my dumb ass love gummy bears, and I'm sitting here and I'm like you mentioned it, and I'm
like this.
And that's exactly what made me think.
Like,
squishy.
I'm so mad that she just said that because I'm sitting here typing because I'm taking a picture for the pie, right? And as I'm taking the picture, I'm sitting here and I'm like, the way it bounced back when you squish it, I was like, oh, that's why they're called what they're called.
I went like this on her. I didn't just.
That makes a lot of sense.
I full on.
Just to get a good.
Yeah, because I want to know. We were already in the setting.
Right.
Word. I mean, we're here at this point.
Let me in. Yeah.
Right. Let me see what's up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pun intended. That's hilarious. Caprice, do you have anything on tip culture? I know we're still going through it, but do you have anything?
Just stop being poor.
Dang.
Just no, but for real.
You can't say that.
Nah. If you can't afford to spend a little bit more than whatever the base pay is of wherever you're going, you're going out to eat, you're going to get drinks, you're going to the strip club, you should be tipping. Like this is Like you should understand how tip culture works. Yes, in a perfect world, should the corporations be paying us enough to where we're not living off those tips? Yes, in a perfect world, we're all getting paid great, and a tip is just extra. We're not like pressed. Oh, we didn't get tipped. It's fine because we still make really good money.
People,
That's
yeah,
not the case. People depend on tips. So since you're gonna be going out to places and being a patron, you're a part of the culture. So yeah, you need to be tipping. And seriously, if that extra money is gonna break you, like if you go out somewhere wherever, you spend 150. If you can't spend an extra $20-$30 to tip, if that's gonna break you, you shouldn't be going out because that's what it's like going out when when you're tipping. When you're going somewhere, I mean, if you're just going to self serve places, okay, but
yeah.
if you're going to get service, you need to tip. Seriously, people leave $5 on like an $80 tab, dude.
That shit
Yeah.
burns me up,
Dude, like,
dog.
and then well, I don't serve anymore, but I do Postmates on the side. So, the tips are on the lower scale, but even like people who are ordering their food, they can't tip $2, $3. I'm like,
Yeah.
you,
That one is terrible
it's
because this
ridiculous because
person
this
is
is only a
driving, like,
yeah.
and then having to find your door, like if you live in an apartment,
Right, yeah, and then if it's dark, it's just like you
raining.
just be tipping people a little
That's
bit
another
more.
great point.
The base pay is already low. Like I said, Uber, you're a piece of shit because the base pay should be way more. It
Mhm.
shouldn't be $2-$3. Like that's a slap in the face. But it's obvious when people don't tip because you'll get an order. It'll be like $2. Obviously, this person didn't tip. It's like if you can't tip just a couple extra dollars, you're already paying for the convenience. So you just paid $20 for a McDonald's combo that's probably $12 in
Right.
person. So what's the extra $3-$4? Because mind you, even the like a couple dollars goes a long way because when you add it to the base pay, it's like let's say they tip $3-$4. Then you add it to what the base pay is, it's like $6-$7. And it's like, okay, that's better than the $2 trip, a $2.50 trip. But just in general, when you're going places, you gotta pay a little bit more. I can't stand when you go out with somebody and it's time to pay the bill. Let's just say you go out to eat. Let's just say their entree was $25.99 and they put $26 on the table. I'm like, oh, you don't get out much. This is not a takeout order. Like you're not. You have to pay. There's a little bit
Yeah.
tax in there, and then there's the tip. And then come on, you had them drinks too. Let's come on.
Yeah.
But see, I'm happy that you said it. They don't get out. They don't get out much,
Yeah, I
right?
feel like people like that. You don't get out much, and if you do, you're just in your bubble because there's no way you think that
That
you're
that was
paying
okay.
exact change for something. Like, hello, you got to pay a little bit more than that.
I also don't like people, and we had this conversation before. I also don't like people like. First of all, be real. Like, be honest, right? Like, we're adults. We're human. Like, if you ain't got it right now, you don't have it right now, right? But I think that's different when just my pet peeve is the trying to figure out who ordered what.
Oh,
I
like
don't.
just the bill or
I'm and I'm not even talking about as a bartender because that's why I low key wanted y'all to get y'all's out first because I'm gonna go on a little rant. I'm a rant because I brought this topic up for a reason. I learned some shit behind the bar and I was like, oh, you're the motherfucker I dislike. Like you're the patron I dislike. But um, as a matter of fact, that's just like me sitting at the table. Like I don't like when it's four of us and we're like, well, I didn't have the what's it called, especially if
I
we're
don't
all
even go out with
ordering
people like that.
appetizers or we have sushi or something like fam. We all kind of indulged. Somebody just pay this bill. Like we'll figure this out. And 9 times out of 10, I'm the type of person to be like, okay, so
Because my thing is,
take this shit and get the while y'all talk, it's getting paid.
I'm not gonna be like some people are too. They're very anal, and I guess you can call it cheap. You could whatever, but if we all got around the same thing, that's the pricing. Let's just say where we went, it's a place that's pasta. We all got like a pasta and like a appetizer or something. Let's just say mine was like $21, yours was 25, yours was 26. I'm not gonna be like, well, mine was not 26. Okay, mine was
Exactly.
21.99,
Exactly.
and I'm putting down $22. Like I don't like people
I
like
hate
that. There's
those
people
people.
like that who will go down to the dollar. Well, mine will. Well, we're not talking about a big difference. I'm not saying like if you just had the Caesar salad and everybody had crab legs, you should split. Okay, you pay for your
And not
Caesar
to sound like
salad.
that. No, No, and I'm not that guy either. If it's 4 of us out and Marley has the fucking Caesar salad, one of us 3 better pick up that fucking Caesar salad, dog.
Well, that's a yes.
Like Marley should be ready to pay for her Caesar salad, but one of us should do it.
Right, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. In a situation like that, if it gets to the discussion of splitting, it's like, okay, well, they just had this, we'll all split what we had because it was an equal price. So that's what I'm saying. People like to be picky. If it's all the same, we're not going to debate 30 versus 35, 40. Come on, let's just split it. If it's 3 or 4 of us, let's split it evenly. That's how people who go outside operate, because that's less of a headache. I don't want to be like, oh, well, yours was $10, yours was $5. If it's all in the same range, we'll just split it. Okay, I'm not gonna feel like I paid for your food just because I paid a couple of extra dollars or whatever, $10 extra because we all split it. Okay.
That's why, like I said, if we're not sitting here having a conversation about equally splitting it, well, first of all, it's not really a conversation. The conversation is we're equally splitting it. So that's why if it's one of those where everybody's talking, fam. Because now after the fact, especially if I paid after the fact, if you guys don't want to split it, all right, cool.
And then
so I tip 20. So that means you're $32.99 plus a $5 tip because it's 4 of us, right? So that means you got 5. So yeah, you owe me $38. Like now I'm gonna be that guy to be like, you owe me this. We're not gonna do this shit in front of the. We're not doing that. We're not doing that.
Yeah, where you guys are all like, yeah, that's tacky. It's all well, I don't want to say all, but it's happened to most of us at least one point in time, being with a certain group of people, and you're like, okay, I'm not gonna do this again, because like you said, we're not gonna argue in front of these people about who had what, and they're literally over there like, yeah, they're saying his was 25 and his was 30.
This is why it took 15 minutes.
All of us look.
Yeah, that looks like we look crazy. Like, come on, guys, we're not just not gonna do that. That's not necessary.
And like asking them to like different checks is so difficult. And then you gotta like check if like, this must be on their bill.
Yeah, it gets so messy, especially in the time where we have Apple Pay, Chime, Cash App, Zelle, Venmo. You can literally just send. I like to PayPal. Just send all one person the money, and then they just pay.
Yeah.
Unless there's let's say one person at the table is like, they're just going to do theirs and then everybody else is the same. Okay, cool. There's a split the 2 ways. But when you get to 3, 4, 5, oh, well, I have this. Oh, no, you have to put the lemonade on this one. It was really on that. When it's like, okay, now you're doing a whole bunch. And when everybody could just pay, just send one person the money, and then we can do it that way. And I also like when people are honest too. People will go out to eat and then not have it or be on like a budget, but then don't want to say nothing. And then when the time comes to pay, they're like, oh, well, I don't. Just be honest. Because I went out to dinner when I was with Queen, and somebody at the table was like, okay, y'all, I got like $45. So just tell me, what are we tipping? And I'm gonna get what I can afford, and then we're gonna tip on top of that. And she was like, okay, so for the appetizer, are we splitting this? Because I just want to be sure. And I was like, girl, you're good. So since we know what you're working with, we got the appetizer, just pay for your meal and it's fine. And she was like, okay, cool. And she was like, because I got this amount of money.
As it should be.
Be honest though, because we was cool with that. Okay, we know what you're working with. People like to hold that shit to the end. Now you done order. Now look what you done ordered.
$70.
You done ordered all this food. Now you want to tell somebody you got $45. You should have said that shit in the beginning, and we could have worked some shit out. And now it's a surprise. Now I'm upset.
If it's a surprise, I'm gonna be mad.
That's why it matters. Like you had said, it matters like who you go out.
Yeah, who you go out with.
But one thing I
will
say is I don't tip when. Like let's say because I went to a ramen spot the other day. And
I love ramen.
Right?
So good.
But like, oh yeah, so the ramen spot, it was like a Chipotle thing. Like, oh, I want this broth, I want this protein, these noodles. She put it in a bowl, gave it to me. And then the person I was with asked me like, oh, how much should I tip? I said, oh, you can $1 or $2. Because she should help us, but he put 5 or above, and I was like, why? Like she didn't really do much.
You just go with your bowl and
I don't want to.
Is it like it sounds like Mongolian?
That's what it. No, as much as I'm sitting here defending tips, I'm not tipping for that either.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not like it.
Or it won't be much, like you said.
I tip on the service I get.
Right.
Like, I'm gonna tip either way. But it's like, what did you do for me?
Oh, for sure. Because that's a really good point.
That's more of like a takeout.
That's the back end of tipping, where it's you don't
tip at Subway. I'm not trying to be a dick.
You want us to tip, but see, that's the thing though.
You about to say we should?
No.
You
I'm wrong.
No, that's what I'm getting to. every place has the option now because it's almost like they're wanting us to tip in every like setting. It used to just be like service jobs you tip. It's like you just know to tip. But now everything is like, oh, do you want to add a tip? Like if you like get takeout somewhere and you just pick up and pay, it's
no,
like,
why
oh,
not?
do you want to tip? Like, do you want to tip like the hostess? Like, you know, you can tip them because they like helped you out. But it's like, yeah, like if I'm feeling good that day or if they're like extra helpful, for sure. But that's something like you said, that's not maybe a couple dollars, but you're not really doing anything extra. And I think that's where it becomes problematic because it's like, okay, we're not going to tip for every little thing because then people get to arguing about like fast food workers and like people at the grocery store. Well, do you tip them? I'm like, it's it's a little bit different because those type of jobs are like fast food. It's what it is, fast food. They're literally at the window ringing you up, giving you a bag of food. Like they're not like the cooks make the food, they pass it down the line. It's not like where you're bringing food to people's tables and giving them refills,
Checking on us,
checking
right.
on them, giving them a service experience. When you go out, that's an experience. Wherever you go, you're paying for the experience. So I think that's where people get it misconstrued. When I go to McDonald's, I'm not fucking paying for a spectacular McXperience. Like I'm paying for you to just have me my food. I want it to be hot, and then I'm gonna pay you. I'm not tipping you. But like if I go in and like all of a sudden it's like fancy in here, and I'm sitting down and I'm getting McWaitresses, then I'll give you a tip for sure. But I'm literally driving up in my car, like getting some food that's not even good for me. Okay, processed. So let's start there. Okay, this is not like top of the line shit. So
This is hilarious.
that's why we're not tipping you guys if you guys want to know.
I have been tipped in a drive-through before.
Oh yeah, you know.
Oh, you should tip in a drive-through. It's just the amount that you tip in the drive-through.
You don't have to though. That's
Like,
what I'm saying.
yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
the lady, I gave it back. I did not want to get
Really?
because like I was really nice to her. Like she was inconvenienced in the process. This was like when I was like 19 years old or something. I worked fast food for like a year or whatever. Wonderful. I loved it. People hate working fast food. I loved it. But yeah, she tried to give me like $5 and I was like, no. Like I don't even think I could take that. But
sometimes I have had people tell me like, "Oh, we can't take that," and I'm like, "Man, these corporations want to keep you poor."
yeah.
Every time I was a cashier, I was like, run it.
Yes, a lot of
movie
jobs.
theater, Buffalo. I was like, bring them in, right? Give me my $3. Hell yeah, what?
Oh.
Give me my little $3. People would buy movie. You gotta think about it. People would buy movie tickets, and it would be what oftentimes happen. 2 movie tickets, like 18 a piece, something like that. It'd be like $36.50, something like that. They'll give you 220s and walk away.
I used to give people free movie tickets.
Nigga, that's $3.50.
Oh, I would do that.
So if 4 people didn't did that, you'd have made $12 extra. Just so you got to think about it. If you don't, this is before I served, before I did any of that. So if I'm at the movie theater, I'm getting an extra $12, $20 at the end of my shift. I'm like, I'm halfway to an eighth. Like, what the fuck? At this point, either Subway or fucking let me go get an eighth right now.
No, I wasn't getting tips to the movies, but whatever, because I got free movies. So.
Yeah, that's where my money was fucking going any damn way.
But I was the movie plug. Everybody would come see a free movie.
What'd you say about movies?
I would love to work in movie theater.
Yeah,
The movies were dope. Now that
I didn't know that you can watch free movies like all the time.
I think every place was different, but when we worked there,
their rules.
when did you get hired? Because me and her worked. That's where we met. We were met.
I was
at the
in high
movie
school,
theater.
so
Okay.
So you were in, but see, I think you got hired after, because originally, this is random, and then we go back to the tips, but originally, it was all the time. Like you could just you had to just call in and they would print out your tickets and you would go in there and they would have the movie or whatever. This one we were the Bridge. And then right after that, we went to the Rave. We were the Rave, and that's like I said before, where we had the movie tickets where you would be able to just kind of go in, you would call in, they would tell you how many, or you would tell them how many tickets you needed, and you would be able to go. And then it became one of those things to where once Cinemark took over, they added all them fucking rules. You couldn't see movies the weekend it came out. You couldn't do more than 2 tickets. You couldn't do more than 2 movies in a month or some shit like that. Maybe like 3 movies in a month. They started doing that, and then of course after that people started sneaking into movies because we work here, so you're never gonna get us to stop doing that.
I didn't follow those rules.
Nobody did. That's when you had people fucking rushing the downstairs door because now, fuck you.
Oh yeah.
Because now we gonna leave this door open.
I remember that. That's so.
Now
funny.
we gonna have some fun with it. So I don't.
hate you.
Basically,
Yeah, cause fuck that.
I don't want to be disrespectful, guys. But are y'all done with tip culture? Y'all sure y'all done?
Why? Cause you're about to go in this.
Are y'all sure y'all done?
Yeah, I'm done.
Yeah.
Cause I'm ready to let these motherfuckers have it, dog. Cause I'm gonna be honest with you, I bartend in Henderson, and that's a different clientele anyway. And I just have a couple of just public service announcements. I don't have them in any order. I don't have them written down. So whatever comes out, comes out. If you're not gonna tip, stop fucking talking to me.
Yes.
You want me to let's do that. Let's do that. Cause nothing bothers me more than a motherfucker that didn't talk to my ear off for 35 minutes. And I feel like as a bartender, I'm already one of two things. Either I'm a therapist or I'm a babysitter. And there's usually no other way around it if you're talking to somebody, right? Don't talk to me for 35 minutes, order $20 worth of shit, and tip me nothing or tip me $2.
Yeah.
I told my dad this was the difference this is why I wrote this down. This was the difference that I had. I worked the bar shift one day and a serving shift the next day. Bartending shift, guy comes in, taller white dude, sits down at the bar, orders a beer, asks for a menu. I do my little thing around the bar. As I come back, he like, I'm ready. Let's do it, brother. 10 wings, celery carrots, whatever the fucking case may be. Cool. I grab bro the wings, check on them. 2 minutes, 3 minutes later, whatever. It's so dead in there on a Wednesday. I go sit down. I sit down. Bro doesn't eat anything. As he's getting ready to leave, he asks for the bill, a box, and a water. Cool. Gave him that. Fucker tipped me like $10 on like 30.
That's good, right?
I told my dad, I was like, I didn't say fucking 2 words to this man.
He said great service.
Now fast forward to the next day. In that fucking dining room.
This dude.
I took care of 3 construction workers that left 143 on 40 something.
$1.43.
That shit.
Hi, they say Ray J 143. I love you.
I was like,
Fuck you.
I was confused because there's no way it was one.
I bullshit you not.
43.
I bullshit you not. The
They
bill
was being
had to
generous
be
that 43 cents. It was like, yeah, let's do a little razzle dazzle.
No. What pissed?
Sad.
Where's the pen? I gotta have a pen. Dog, he fucking wrote it and like
They played you.
Gladly slid the shit to me. And I looked at him and was like, so fuck me.
Flip the table.
I should have. I hate to be this guy, but a young lady walked in with her 2 kids. I walked over there. Hey guys, my name is Terrell. I'll be your server today. What can I get you guys started with? And because I bartend now, I feel like I got a different attitude when I'm in the dining room. It's not rude, but it's just the way it's the way it is. I said what I said. I promise you, Marley. She sat there and kept looking at the menu. Didn't even acknowledge me. Didn't even look at me.
Oh, that's rude.
I turned around and looked.
You see me? You see
Yeah, yeah. Like Medea?
Yeah. I see you. You see
I see me.
So unless this 5-year-old is getting ready to order, I looked around and was like, so y'all need more time. And I went to go walk off. And as I'm walking up, oh, wait. Do you guys have strawberry lemon? Oh, hi. How are you? Now you want to fucking talk. You could guess what she left, right? It was 0. It was those 2 tables that quick. I was like, the dynamic in the bar and the dynamic in the dining room just isn't the same. Caprice started this by saying the regularity in which you go out. Yeah. People in the bar, they'll go out and they don't even look at me. Yo, let me get a Dos Equis. Yo, let me get a cranberry and Coke. Yo, let me get a Jack and Coke, a vodka and cranberry. Let me get a Tokyo tea. They'll right to the point. I'm in a dining room. People are sitting down. Let me get a beer.
Like this the whole time. Like this.
And I'm sitting here like, dog, I work at Buffalo Wild. What do you mean let me get a beer? So now, like I said, in the dining room, I'm a little bit of an asshole. So people be like, let me get a beer. Want me to bring you a random one? The whole table starts laughing.
Yeah.
You want to tell me which beer you want? Otherwise, brother, I'm going to bring you my favorite.
Why would he? Why would
Marley, if you tell me.
I have no
No common sense.
No, yeah.
People just don't think.
It's the craziest shit in the world, bro. I'm telling you, when I'm in the bar, I'm at peace. When I'm in the dining room, I'm like, I hate humans.
I can understand like the like wanting because you know I said like, oh, give me a beer.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes though, I do say, can I have a tequila pineapple? Because I love those drinks.
Well, that's fine.
But they'll be like, what tequila do you want? And I don't know.
Well, because technically, if you come to my bar and you said, let me get a tequila pineapple, I'll ask you, is the well fine? Because as a bartender, we should know if a person goes up there, and let's just say we don't have a well tequila, right? Whatever is our go-to is the one we should use. So for instance, if you go to Buffalo and you say, let me get a tequila and pineapple, I'm going to ask you white or gold.
Yeah, like yeah.
And if you say white or gold, depending on which one you pick, I'm either going to do the Luna Azul, which is the Blanco, or I'm going to do the Salsa, which is the gold.
That Repo.
So you're going to want, so depending on which one, I could do a corazon and we could have a little more fun because is that what you took shots of at Hooters?
No.
Hornitos?
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. But close enough. It's pretty much in the same vein, but that's what I would do, right?
Yeah.
And that's what most bartenders will do in terms of a beer.
It is different.
I can't do that, right? Because now we're getting into, or we could get into specifics, but just one of the things that I've learned, the people that usually are talking your ear off at the bar, not all the time, but usually are the ones that don't tip. And it's the craziest thing in the world to me.
They're just there for friendship. And that's what they want to give you.
I don't want to be that guy, but a lot of people come in and some of the shit that they say or they do, some of the stories I didn't heard, I'm just like,
I deserve a tip for this.
Oh, 100%. 100%. I had one regular who actually listens to this pod. Almost said her name, but shout out to her. And I don't think I ever told her that. No, I did tell her this. She was drinking one day, obviously at the bar, and she was having her wine. And we had just exchanged information. And it's just the way that the situation looked because she's amazing. But we're bar's not really crowded, but bar's like semi-crowded. And she was laughing and talking with with a guest that was sitting next to her. And I guess the liquor hit her, and she was like, Terrell, you're gonna have to text me and make sure that I made it home. Everybody in the bar just looked at me. I just looked at her and was like, I got you. No worries. It's just the visual that everybody had. Everybody was like, this drunk ass woman is at this bar saying that you have to text her to make sure that she got it home, to make sure that she got home. Everybody just looked at me and was like, the hell are y'all up to? I'm like, bro, she's sitting here enjoying the fucking bar just like everybody else. But that's one of those examples. Like, that's a regular who would come in. She would get right to her wine. We would have our laughs. Never had an issue with her. Matter of fact, I might as well say her name. It's Karen. Shout out to Karen. Karen was super dope. I have this dude named Tomo who comes in. His bill is always the same. It's about $32. He always tips $8. That's a set amount for him. Yeah. And I don't talk to Tomo at all. Tomo comes in and I know exactly what he gets, right? So I don't know. Tip culture is weird. And the last thing I will add real quick, unfortunately, I had to tell my dad this. The thing that I've learned is the people who tip the least that I've learned is their generation.
Really?
And I don't know if it's because my parents taught me how to tip. And my mom told me, I don't know what it is. I'm so serious. I don't know what it is. And I feel like a dick. But people that walk in that are like my parents' age or like my grandparents' age, people at Buffalo are hesitant to take them. And that's what I think the takeaway is.
I love older people.
Usually I do too. And then I'd be more mad when they talk your ear off and they tip you $2.60.
I don't know, like right now in my field, the older ones, they do give me more money and they do talk my ear off, but they're also straight to the point, which I like. like when I'm talking on the phone with them, because I do video calls, like FaceTime with them. You know what I mean?
With them, it's funny.
What do you, I do
With them, with them, it's hilarious.
with the men,
With the menses.
with the menses, and I have all ranges of ages and shades and every anything you think of. Like I have them on there, and
Indian.
I actually haven't. I actually haven't.
I knew it.
She said something. She was gonna try. She was
I
intent.
know.
I wanted to.
But I'll do it too. I'll discriminate. And that's one thing. One thing though on Twitter, like they thought because of like who I normally shoot with, like the kind of men that I do shoot with, are mainly black men, and so I was tagged in a thing saying like, oh, she only likes BBC, and I'm like, no, I don't discriminate. Everyone, I love
Yeah, they tried to put
everyone.
her in a box.
They did. Don't put me in a box because I will climb out. I will.
Don't
do
put
all
baby in the corner.
Don't. Nobody puts baby in the corner.
As a black man, I'm gonna say nothing at all, and we're winning, so I'm fine with it. The fuck.
But for real, like, but it's always like I had like I'm not gonna say his name, but like this one guy, he's an older guy, and he's such a nice gentleman, and he just does what it does. Like we get on the phone, I do what I do, and he's like, okay, bye, like legit. And then I have the young guy who,
He's okay. Thank you.
yeah, and then I have the young dude who we like, and maybe in his brain like we are this.
Together.
So he showed me his cat. He showed me his PS5. I seen all the pictures. Not only did I see the cat, but I saw all the pictures in his room of the cat.
The cat said, "Stop exploiting me."
And the cat was so cute though.
I mean, hey,
I don't mind it. I
chicks dig pets.
I know it was such a cute cat, and
Aw.
I don't mind it at all. Like I've done multiple calls with this guy, and he's so nice. Like I love being the sweet and nice person that I am because I do attract like sweet guys. Like I don't have the guys like the clients or whatever, subscribers, whatever they want to be called. Like I don't have those guys that come to me like, you better do this. Like
Right, real.
Your energy don't
aggressive.
even. Yeah.
yeah, and so it doesn't matter what they do, but the young guys, they do want more without giving more. The older guys do tip more.
That's
Like
funny.
they know that money talks.
Yeah, yeah.
So they will they'll do that.
They're like, yeah, I got it. I ain't even trying to.
Yeah.
I
Ain't
think
nothing to
that's
talk about.
also
I
the
got the
difference
money.
too.
Yeah. Ain't
Yeah.
nothing to talk about. I came here for this. You gave me this. I'm out.
No, facts. And as a matter of fact, we can get right into some of the things that I kind of told you we were going to talk about. But what are some of the common misconceptions in your field of work in general? Some of the things that you kind of run into. I don't want to say on a daily basis, but consistently.
That we're all whores. Yeah, like
I probably should have known that one was coming.
yeah. That one and that we're dirty. But in all reality, like
Y'all get tested more than people that I know.
exactly. I have met because I'm non-monogamous non-monogamous also, and so I get that type of energy from people all the time, and it's like I as a woman I take vitamins, so like everything is right. I go to the doctor. I get take women's health. I get checked up all the time, and then when I'm not the doctor, go get tested all the time. Like a lot of us do that. I mean, we have to, and it's like crazy that one of the comments that people will make all the time is like, "Oh, you're dirty, you're dirty, you're dirty, you're dirty." Actually, sir, I'm not. Actually, sir, I did not have intercourse with this person until I made sure they weren't dirty. But did you do that? Who knows?
Right.
know?
It'd be the same people who haven't had blood work done in like a decade. Go sit down.
Exactly.
You don't even know if your
Exactly.
kidneys are working correctly.
I had exactly.
Like, come on. Now, that's why you always thirsty and trembling.
And then Like I drink water.
What the fuck is
Water.
going on?
I drink water
Hey.
more than you.
Hey, all right. Hey, time the fuck out, yo. Time the fuck out.
I'm just saying, people do have a lot to say, and they'll assume when
Yeah.
actually most regular people that you come across, whether it's like their sexual health or just their regular health, they're not even checking up on that.
Exactly. And
So
a lot of people will act like will comment on your sexual health, but they'll have no idea like they just won't
yeah,
have
you don't
not,
even know me.
of nothing, and they'll just be like, "Well, I've only been with 5 people." It only takes one.
Facts.
It only takes one. Yeah, people, you can pride yourself on whatever you want to pride yourself on, and that's personal. But yeah, to think that a number means like you can't get it. Like I know
Hmm.
there's people who have lower numbers than me, and let's just say they got something for the rest of their life.
Yeah, it's
So the herp
or something else.
or
Like
something else. Yeah,
there's stories on Twitter about like how people have been deceived. Like it's like
yeah, their partner, their husband, wife, whatever,
yeah,
and
so,
people. You know, it's not always like somebody who is just being irresponsible with several people. Sometimes it is, but
promiscuous.
sometimes
Yeah.
it's not.
And so yeah, like so a lot of people think that like we're whores, or some people think that um we just like even outside of the videos, like we just sex crazy
That's
people.
that's
Like
usually what.
I go to the
always-
store and I
always-
just every
Give me the dick all the time.
yeah every minute of every day.
And this is why it's a problem, because the dude would be like, "Okay, all right, you said you wanted here inside of Walmart."
Yeah, like, but I'm like, honestly, like, I'm not. I love sex. I'm very open with my sexuality and everything like that. But I'm not constantly thinking about sex. Another off of that is people think that, and it has happened to people that you won't having regular sex won't be the same anymore. Like,
Okay,
if you're not
that's
having
new.
it for, if you're not doing it for like views, for money, like a video, um, then it's just not pleasurable for you. Like say I collab with this person, boom, I collab with them. But for me, I have it separate. Like I still have the people that I choose to, be romantic and loving to, and
Right.
I still very much so enjoy sex with them all the time.
You're
Like,
talking about scenes or not scenes?
so with office scenes.
Okay.
Office scenes. But a lot of people, I know people personally that they don't even have sex unless they're recording it, unless they're gonna post it. And it's like
They turned it into something they can't even enjoy it outside
yeah,
of.
and it is true. That is true.
I
But
know
people
people like
think
that.
that it happens to all of us, and it
Mm.
doesn't. And another thing that people are surprised are like a lot of porn stars will have will be married, will have degrees, will be possibly some of the smartest people, most common sense people you will meet in your life. But you have all this like this negativity around us. You think there's nothing in our brains like except air.
You want to know one of my favorite parts of our first in person meeting? As soon as you sat down, and I think you ordered your drink, I was like, "So, talk to me." The first thing out of your mouth was, "I love science,"
I love science.
and that shit blew me. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't think the first thing out of your mouth would be like, "So, I like
Yeah.
whatever." But if you would have gave me 1,000 guesses,
Yeah, no one thinks
I would have
that.
never landed on science. I would have probably guessed fucking math before science,
I hate
but
math.
I'm just like,
God,
fuck?
who likes math
hate
besides
Yeah.
I'm
I don't know what you took today, but what the fuck is going on? You are full of
I don't like math.
you are full of them right
I
now.
hate math so much, but I love science. I love science. I love criminal. Say so. Should I say criminal justice or whatever? Like I love all of that stuff.
You like criminal justice from the aspect of like,
Like, I would want to be somebody solving crimes.
oh, like forensic scientist type
Yeah,
shit.
forensics,
Yeah,
yeah.
I want to be the person.
You're like
That's
CSI.
yeah, then that's a really important job. They literally like figure out how crimes happen based off like blood spatter analysis, like
and that's
Dexter.
you can get a degree.
Did you watch Dexter? You look like the type.
Like what?
Did you watch Dexter?
No, but I did. I should. But I did watch. I think the show was called Mastermind. I think, or it's
Criminal
on,
Minds?
No. It's a show. It was like a little series,
Oh.
like what, just 2 seasons. I think it's called Master or Mindhunter. think it's called Mindhunter.
Okay.
It was on Netflix.
Mindhunter sounds familiar.
Yeah, and
I didn't watch
it was
it.
about
But.
these two dudes, and they were figuring out like the crimes and stuff. And one of the things that they did is like they went to go speak to the criminal, like Edward Kemp, if anyone knows that guy. He brutally. He was a violent man. His crime was very violent.
Okay. What to say?
Yeah, I don't want to say that part because it's super violent.
I get you.
Google it. But they went to go interview him, and that's something I'm so into. I would love to get the chance to interview a cereal box eater. I don't want to say the I don't want to say
You don't want to say it?
I don't want to say the
You don't want to say it?
word.
Can we even say it? I think we
know.
can.
Yeah,
I'm pretty
we
sure we
can.
can.
I don't know.
The thing that
Serial
we can't.
killer.
Yeah, the thing that we.
Free will.
Yeah, the thing that we can't say is something I don't think we're saying it right now. Any fuck.
Yeah, but like, just stuff like that, and that's just one of the things that people who
You should start a crime pod.
right. I should. 'Cause I watch so many, and
You should go into like psychology. A lot of those people that go into interview, those are like licensed
Yeah.
psychologists and psychiatrists who be all in the mind. Yeah, those people are so like twisted and demented, but they really like sit down and talk to them. I would be like low key
I get
scared.
told I'm
You a
twisted and
demon.
You don't say.
demented.
You don't fucking
I do
say.
get called that, but in the
Can you guys
90s,
guess
yeah.
Marley's favorite color?
Black?
No, it's actually
Yellow?
It's pink.
Oh, I thought
It's
he
not.
was setting me up. I thought
I'm gonna let her have it.
It's not. It's black.
I'm gonna let her have it.
It's black. Everything I have on me today is black.
That's
Except my phone
hilarious. and that's literally the contrast in personalities that I got when we first met, and I was like, no, she's absolutely potting with us. I said that's hilarious for several different reasons.
We need it always.
She said it. I didn't have to. But you actually just kind of talked about it, safety in the field, right? And that's one of the things that I did for quite some time. You want the bottom? Oh, you want the other one? It's something that I did for quite some time, but getting checked, obviously, right?
Mhm.
I had a conversation with somebody, and I was doing it twice a year. That was just something that I was doing. I was making sure I almost used them as like bookmarks. I had this period where I kind of still do it when I have a new partner.
Yeah,
I get checked right after.
right.
I usually, I've always said I'm condom man. We had this conversation before. I don't have any kids yet.
Mhm.
I'm condom man. I'm not. I'm very
That's good.
particular when I'm not, right.
Yeah.
So because of that, even still, I get checked after the fact, and then I usually would bookmark it still and get 2 checks a year. How do you go about it? And you already told me you were independent, but
Mhm.
how do you go about it? And then B, how have you kind of heard different industries and or management companies or agencies kind of going about it?
All of it for that, I think it's all the same, no matter who you work with, if you're an agency or not. I think it's all the same. Like, you have to get tested at least every 2 weeks. Yeah, it's every 2 weeks. When I'm not actively working with anyone, I'll just get that last test, and then I'll be just nothing because I'm not working with anybody. I'm probably not even having sex with anybody.
Right.
So, like, except like my main partner, that's it. But so I won't go get tested. But as soon as I have a video coming up, which I do, like,
Right.
I'm gonna get tested, because you just can't. Like,
Right. You don't take that risk, yeah.
People have lied, and so like that's why you just gotta
About being what?
about being tested.
Pull up that Quest Diagnostics right now.
And that's
Hey,
thing.
I've done that in the room before. Like I've ruined a
Or that
moment.
My
before.
Chart, whatever you got. It's different ones because you can put stuff up on your phone now.
Facts.
Yeah, and that's what they do. Like for me, here in Vegas, like there's 2 places that like for me, I go to Clear, and some other people, they won't work with you unless you go to Clear or
Clear?
Talent. Like,
Why? What's special about
because
them?
They trust
because
them.
they have like QR codes now, and it's just more trustworthy. Like than going like, oh yeah, I went to my doctor. Oh, did you?
Oh, got you.
And then
That's why I love having a little chart on the phone. I'll pull it up. Yep, here, right here.
Yeah,
There it is, right there.
and like they have your picture there. They have, I mean, it's so easy to Photoshop, but it's just like now they have a QR code or whatever it's called. It's really important to feel comfortable with
Look what
people you're with.
QR code.
Like
We've
it's
come
it
a
can get
long
like
way.
No, I'm just saying we've come a long way because like you trying to fuck. Let me see that QR code.
ah!
Hey, it went through. He said he clear. He good, girl. He
Hey, you
good,
got to
girl.
scan the box for the box.
Oh my
I think it
god. Yeah,
works.
Yeah.
I
what?
think
That's
it
crazy.
works.
Like, and then it'll show when that person got tested, and it'll be green or red,
Hmm.
meaning it's time for them to get tested again.
Up, sir. Okay, that's real
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
That's what's up.
And like I said, like if you don't have the test, I'm not gonna work with you. And it'd be vice versa. Like if I showed up to a shoot with somebody and I didn't have my test, they'd be like, "Oh, why did you even come?"
Hmm.
You know, it's
Yeah.
it's super important because yeah, we all get tested and we all want to be safe and stuff, but it's like it it's that's it. Like that's why it's so important, and it's nothing to be taken lightly
Yeah, for
because
sure.
even if it's something that you can get rid of with like taking medicine, we still don't want it.
No, yeah,
Right.
right.
You still don't
Most
want
don't
it,
want to go through that.
and it's just better just not to. So it's
Yeah.
like just do what you're supposed to do. It's that easy. That's like the easiest part of the whole thing. It's getting tested is first of all, it is a red flag for anyone out there. It is a red flag. If you doesn't matter if you were just a regular person, not doing video shoots, nothing. It does not matter if you are on body number 5 or body number 100. If if you ask somebody or if somebody asks you to get tested before you engage in sexual intercourse and you say no or they say it's a red flag. Because why
Oh
not?
yeah, for sure.
Because why
There's
not?
nothing else to talk about.
Like I said, I've ruined moments before. I've been literally in hotel rooms and been like, "You said you had the app, right? Like, show me."
And it shouldn't like people just
I
don't
don't want to say
know.
I've made people, but people have. You aren't touching me until, and I'm just dead ass. Like, and again, people can laugh, people can say whatever they want about me, but my mom. I think I had this conversation with you, Marley, before. My mom was in the medical field, so I feel like she might have told me some shit before I should have heard it,
Yeah.
but it scarred me 1,000%. So now, as I maneuver through life as an adult, especially as a single adult, yeah, I'm hella strategic. At least I try to be as strategic as I can in terms of what I touch, because
Yes.
like you said, one situation, one outing, fuck around and give you something for the rest of your life.
Yeah, and it's like, and then on top of getting tested, drink water.
Please, God.
Drink water. Don't be all over there smoking cigarettes, drinking Red Bull, eating fucking asparagus, and then wanting to go
Whew.
fuck somebody. Like,
Yeah.
don't do that.
That's
Like,
hilarious.
just drink your water. For women, you're gonna be wetter. For guys, your cum's gonna taste better. Just drink the water. Like,
Water's good for you. Most of your body's made up of water.
exactly. And people like, there's some people be like, oh, I only drink Diet Coke. What?
Word.
And that's like that's
And I just watched you eat a fucking ice cream sandwich talking about you only drink Diet Coke. That's disgusting.
wait.
That is disgusting.
I don't even see how people don't pass out. Like no funny shit. Like
Especially here in Vegas.
yeah, I don't see
Yeah.
how you can even like don't go into like dehydration. Like how long can you
What
not
color
drink?
is your pee?
Oh yeah, it gotta be dark.
Like this is non content related. I was seeing someone and I decided to, you know what, let me give you a sucky, and
I thought you was saying something else. I'm scared. All right, bet.
no, I just did that, and he, he finished, and I threw up. It was bad. Like the taste of it was so bad, and I should have known better because prior to that happening, like seeing what he was like eating and drinking, like I should have known better. But
Men are ego driven. That's why I made the face that I
it's
made.
just so
If a girl throws up afterward, dog, you gotta just
my
sit there
stomach was
like.
hurting all day. It was hurting all day. It was terrible, and it's
Oh.
like and then like and I say drink water for
Why
women
is that
because
noise that you made?
it's like for you gotta drink water because your pH it's healthy for you, but also it's so beneficial. Like if you want a dude to get stuck on you, drink water, and then and because once he feel the the wet. He's
When you got to do this with your fingers,
yo,
when you start to look at start to look at it, do one of these.
exactly. He's going to want to come back. So and that's why a lot of us in the industry are like, don't try to clown us, because the it's good. It is good, and I know, at least mine. I know it's good because I've been told. So like, no boast, no. You know what? I am gonna toot my own horn too.
Toot, toot.
That's a
Beep beep.
Yeah, I was
fuck you.
it's true. It is just like, no, don't only think about, we not only think about like our STD health, or we think about our health all together. And people try to clown us and call us dirty, and no, you're the dirty one, bitch. Like,
Yeah, right. No, I feel you though, because yeah, I mean, you don't know what people have going on, so
and
don't
a lot of
assume.
us are married. A lot of us are.
Yeah.
It's surprising. Either we do it with our spouse, or our spouse is there for some type of protection. Oh, yeah, that too. Like,
Spouse on their arm, no spouse on your arm.
yeah, like like just meeting people. That's why I was really cool. It was cool that we met before coming here, because a lot of the times, like, we do meet just to shoot, and then boom, go home. But it is, you got to be precautious. Like, what if this person is weird? What if the vibes are off, and then boom, you're like behind closed doors with this person? So gotta have the mace.
I'll fuck around
Gotta
and
have
leave so fast.
karate skills. Like,
Yo, you did that in the car. Yo, you did that in the car, and I looked at you and was like, "Are you gonna karate chop somebody?" And you looked at me and was like, "If I did this like in a serious manner, would you still approach?" Probably not, but that's not the point.
Exactly, like, because like obviously, like, I'm crazy up here.
Once I saw the karate moves, I was like, she might know some shit, so I'm gonna just chill,
No,
like just in case.
I told you what I would do if someone tried to come at me.
You are insane.
And, like, it's just all types of things you have to be careful for, especially as a woman. Like, industry, not industry. If you're meeting someone, whether it be another female or male, like, you just gotta be on your toes.
And you've said it twice already today. I think you said it twice, maybe 3 times. Excuse me. Once you said that you would come on the show, I started to do a little digging. Nope. Sounds crazy. My fault.
I didn't even go there.
My bad. I started to do a little digging, and yeah, thank you, because I started to say deep diving, and I was like, that's fucking worse.
Investigating.
So I was investigating.
Yeah.
Yeah, word.
Looking into.
Word, right?
Exactly.
Where's a crossword puzzle when I need one? But no, in all seriousness, I started to do a little digging, and I was looking, and that was one of the things that I asked you too. I was like, one of the things I want to talk about on the pod, I think you never know how to even navigate these topics, whether you're offending somebody, if people want their personal lives kind of tucked off to the side. But I told you, I was like, in doing my research, you have a partner, right? I was like, you have a partner that you shoot with, right? And you said, yeah, so you can kind of speak a little bit more about that.
Yeah, I am married. And
shout out to you, man. Yeah, gang.
We've been married for 5 years now. We've been together for 7 years.
Wait, how old are you?
I'm 30.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's such a cool ass dude. I love him so much, and that's another thing, another like type of shit that I get. People be like, "Oh, sorry for him." No, the dude living it up. The dude is living it up. He, not only is our marriage great, but the man can really just do whatever he wants. Like, I'm also just a chill girl. So, I had approached him because, like I said before, I'm non-monogamous. So I approached him with that, and then we started living like that. And then eventually I tried to go back into stripping, and I'm like, dang, my hip hurts. So
Girl.
so I was like, I'm gonna move on to the next best thing. And we talked about it, and I was doing it by myself for a while, and he was like, oh, I want to get into it too. And it's great because now, like, if I want to make a video, right there. Like, and I already have this person that I trust. We already have our dynamic. and it's real. You know what I mean?
So
Like,
it's only so much acting really going in,
yeah,
right? Really involved.
exactly. It is real. So it's like, at least when I do videos with him, it's 100% real. And then it's just really fun, like having him there, because I can talk to him about everything. You know, if I go do a shoot somewhere, I come back and I tell him about it, or he helps me edit videos, and when we do a video together, or he happened to do something on his own, we talk about it, chit chat, and we just bounce off each other. And because he's like my number one supporter. So if I'm feeling uncomfortable in any way, because he's more worried about my health and safety more than I
As a
am.
partner should be.
Yeah, and so if I feel uncomfortable in any way, like say I'm on my way to a shoot and I'm feeling uncomfortable anyway, he'd be like, just don't go. And he's not even being biased. He just
Yeah.
knows how I am, like how I mentioned earlier. Like the more comfortable I am, the better the video will be, because I can't hide my face. I've done videos where I wasn't like mood to have sex at all, and it was very visible that I did not want to be there. So I stopped doing that. I stopped making videos during times, and that's the difference between, like, in my opinion, that's the difference between an agency and being independent, because you can control if you do a video or not.
Yeah.
That's solely up to you. Obviously, it's like you're missing out. You could be potentially missing out on money, but at least you didn't have to like fuck this person you don't want to.
It's interesting you said
Right.
that,
Mental
because
health is more important.
Exactly.
it is.
Yeah.
And excuse me, it's interesting that you said that, because obviously you're a beautiful woman, and no, of course, but I told you before, and I was being honest, that I asked you how many scenes you've done.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why I asked that is because I had only seen one or two, maybe. Yeah. And I think that's another reason. That's why I led with you're a beautiful woman, because it's not one of those things to where I'm sitting here talking to somebody that I watched growing up. You get me? So now it's like, damn, I got all these damn 16-year-old memories of you, to where now it's like, I don't even know how to approach the interview, right? But the reason why I said that is because I told you, even in meeting you, I was like, oh, like this shy thing, like, isn't an act. Like, you're really shy until you're not. And I was like, oh, okay, like it's cute. Like, you're shy until you're not.
I'm so fucking shy.
And I'm not gonna speak to which video I saw, but one of those videos in particular, I said it after we met. In the back of my mind, I was like, I feel like she was shy in the video.
Totally.
And I was, so you know which one I watched. You were.
No, I'm just shy all the time.
Oh, okay. Because the video that I came across, I was like, she don't even look. She looks like she doesn't want to be there. I was like, obviously the scene itself was fine, but the start of it, I was like,
well,
she looks nervous.
Some of them, not all the ones, because I know which like group of video, like I know who you're talking about, who I was with. There's been times where I was supposed to, like, that was our discussion, because with that person I'm actually super comfortable. I've been working with him for, I don't know, years now. Can't even tell you like if it's 2 or 3. I don't know. But
so you're a great actress. Good to know.
Thanks. It works out, because that's when I started realizing, like, dang, I could put a little acting. I should have did drama when I was like in high school or something. But yeah, I am really shy. I mean, I'm shy right now, but I'm just also, like I said, like, I'm a good middle. So I'm shy, but I can still present myself. I can still talk. Unless it's like a big group of people,
Right.
I'm not going in that room. I'm not going in that room, because in any way, I'm not going in that room.
You don't like crowds?
I don't.
I'm not really a big crowd
I don't like
person.
crowds.
Didn't I see a picture on your Instagram of you at a festival?
Yeah, but I was outside.
That matters to you?
Yeah, I went to EDC. Like, I can, like,
if I'm around that many people, I'm like, I hate it.
So, like, I could be outside, but if I feel people, like, if I feel them, I have to get away from there. Like, and that's why. So I went. It was EDC in Orlando, last year, 2024. It was my first time going. It was great. I had a wonderful time. But the fact that those are the two factors, like, if I'm inside or outside, boom, how many people are gonna be there? And because I was outside and there was space between me and like a lot of other people, I felt fine. But whether I'm outside or inside, if I can feel people on me,
you,
I will get upset. Like, get me out.
Yeah,
You
I
look
don't
like you
like.
scary when you get mad. I don't want to.
I don't like crowd. I don't like to be. I
Yeah,
don't like crowds.
don't
Yeah,
touch me.
I don't
Don't
like
touch
to
me.
feel like you guys are in my space. Then I can't breathe.
Marley told me she wasn't a hugger 2 days in a row, and then I hugged her 2 days in a row.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna blame her because she went with the hug. Like,
Because everyone is are such huggers. Like, I'm so used to it. I'm so used to it now. Like, it doesn't make me feel uncomfortable now. Because everyone are huggers for some reason.
I just, I don't know.
They're always hugging me, like, especially like my best friends. So I have three best friends, and they all live in three different states.
Mm.
But
Mine
one,
too.
yeah, it sucks. Come here.
Right.
But I have one who's from Georgia, and she would hug me all the time. Like, the first time she met me, I was going down. I was getting in really big trouble, and I had told her, I was like, "Girl, I'm about to get in trouble. I gotta go." And then ever since then, like, she's just always been with me, and she just always hugs me. She's always gets excited when we're together, and I hug her, and I tell her, like, now I hug her just naturally because I love her, and so that's what I do because I love her. But I don't even hug my family.
That's what I'm gonna try to do. I'm gonna try to remember not to. I told myself today, and I'm not even gonna lie to you. I told myself a good 3 times before I seen you. I was like, "Don't hug her, don't hug her, don't hug her." Because in the back of my mind, I was like, when she's comfortable, she'll hug you.
No, I won't.
And even if you're comfortable,
No,
so you'll just never do it.
no. I've known my
That is the
family all of my
craziest.
life, and I don't even hug them.
Well, that is very fucking true.
The only like, I started hugging my dad now
I was
because
about to ask about your best friend.
I don't live near him.
Okay.
I don't live near him now. Gotta cherish your parents. So I started hugging my dad when I moved away, because that's when he started hugging me. And then my best friend, like, all of them I hug. Well, my one friend, she now lives in Texas,
hmm
but when I see her, we, like, kind of hug, but she's really not a touchy person either. So we just, like,
So
nothing.
how'd you get that way with your friend from Georgia? Just over time?
Well, she just took it. Like,
Okay, so that's not the best advice, guys. Don't just see Marley out and just hug her. Don't do that. Don't do that. That might end very bad.
yeah, like, but I would be like, I've actually grown from that, because, like, growing up, we just weren't a really, like, affectionate family. Um, Word wise, yeah, we all knew that we loved each other, but we just did not hug each other that much. Like, and growing up, it never, like, felt like bad to me. I never felt like, oh my gosh, why doesn't my mom love me or anything. But as I got to an adult, my best friend would call me so weird because I'm like, I don't touch me. And she'd be like, that's weird. And so occasionally people would take hugs, and I'd be like, oh, like this, or still to this day, I do have a friend that she lives here with, like, in Vegas and
Mhm.
stuff. Like, she's like, I would see her often. So I'd be like, why are you hugging me now? Like, right now, like, I seen you yesterday, and she'd be like, give me a hug. And I'm, oh my God.
I feel like that's normally me. Like I see people, and it's just like it's second that you
Yeah, I'm
see
a
me.
hugger. I grew up that way, so
Yeah, and I realized that, like, meeting people from different areas, parts of the earth, like, or the world, same thing. But
Yeah, same.
um they hug. People hug, especially from Georgia and Florida, like, because I have family in Florida. They all hug. And I don't I'm just
She
used
still said, "Ugh."
I'm just used to it. I'm so used to it,
That
and
is
it no
hilarious.
longer bothers me. But I also don't say it anymore, because, like, I would say it to, like, dudes that I'm, like, dating.
Mhm.
I would mention to them, like, because I want them to know that I'm really not an affectionate person, but I don't want them, like, I just tell them, oh, I show my love differently. And I had to stop saying that because they would assume, like, they can't touch me at all. And I'm just like,
Which is, I mean,
yeah.
kind of what you said.
I mean, I don't.
Look at you.
But it's so different, because I don't mind if, for them, is if, for instance, like, if I'm trying to, like, date you, I'm trying to be with you, like, I don't mind if you initiate touching me, like, say we're watching a movie and you want to put your feet on me or cuddle. I don't even like cuddling that much, but, like, if you want to be on me, you can be on me, but just don't think I'm gonna be on you. It's
That
so
actually
weird.
does make sense in a weird way.
Like I do it because I'm feeling you. Like I feel you. I love you. I'm comfortable with you. I'm comfortable enough for you to hug me. You know, I'm just not gonna hug you first. So,
That is insane. But I do have a question really quick. You mentioned your relationship already, and when I was sending you over what I want to talk about, I want to talk about polygamy specifically, and you keep saying that you're non-monogamous, and I want to know, is there a difference? And then obviously what exactly it is that you practice.
there's so many definitions.
Right.
Like, so I'm polyamorous. Like, I'm not. I don't. No offense to anyone who likes polygamy, but I'm just not for that. Because I feel like it's very one sided. But for me, I'm polyamorous. I'm ethically non monogamous. Like, so basically, me and my husband, we do whatever we want, date whoever we want, together, separate. And these are just our rules. Just like any relationship, no matter the dynamic you choose to go by, whatever boundaries you guys have. But for me and him, our only boundaries are be safe, sexually and non-sexually. Be safe. Don't go into, especially for guys, like guys be getting set up all the time,
Yeah, especially
you
now.
know? So I'm always, making sure like, hey, be careful. And then for me, he's like, the things that happen to women often, like be careful with that. And then, oh, make sure, wear condoms or get tested, stuff like that. But other than that, him and I, we just be chilling. We just be chilling. Like, oh, cool. Like we've had, like he's had women that he's been with, and I haven't been with them, but they've slept over. I don't care. Like, I mean, I care in a good way,
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
The dynamic is definitely unique.
yeah,
Is it about like they're okay with it? Like
yeah. I don't. Yeah,
they know that like this is a couple and
Yeah,
they're cool
yeah,
with it. Okay.
yeah, and that's just ours. But like, another thing is like, if someone, because guys can be so territorial sometimes.
It's exactly what we are.
Sometimes, like, I'll get a dude, I'll be dating a new guy or whatever. 'Cause, relationships don't last sometimes. um, and let me just tell the story and I'll give a perfect example.
Either.
So there was this guy. I was trying to talk to him, get to know him, and I tell everyone up front, I don't want people to be surprised about me, anything about me. So I'm really honest, I'm really upfront. And his immediate response was, "Oh, am I gonna have to fight? I'll fight. I'll fight." I'm like, why are you what? Like, I couldn't think of why he went there.
Right.
If I'm telling you like this is the kind of relationship dynamic I have, why would you think you have to fight somebody to be with me? You shouldn't want to talk to me.
Yeah, he
Like,
jumped right to, hey, if I gotta fight, relax.
no, because I don't want that. And so that person, like, it's very rare that my husband would be like, "Nah, don't talk to him," and that was one of those cases
Because
because
he saw bullshit on the horizon.
yeah, like he was hostile, the guy.
Yeah, that's always gonna go left. Have you guys ever had somebody that like wanted to be too involved? It's like, okay, we had our time and I'm done, but they wanted more.
Mm-mm.
Okay. I seen an
Um,
episode like that on the show. That's why.
if anything, because so polyamorous is like you are romantically and physically involved with other people, multiple people. So we don't be like hooking up with people and like leaving. These people that we choose to bring into our lives, like we want them to stay. We want
Got
them to
you.
be our friends and our lovers, and we be having game nights when we all just chill and um like right now, like he has a friend and she doesn't do girl stuff, like stuff with girls. So they do stuff. And then she has her best friends. And I did stuff with him. And like we were all just four chilling and, you know, living it up together and just having fun together.
Okay, that
And
makes sense.
it's just like, it's so, I know it's like, doesn't seem simple in other people's brains. Like, how could that even be a thing?
I think it actually sounds a lot more simpler than some other dynamics.
Yeah, like we're so chill and we don't argue about anything really, but I can't think of the last thing him and I argued about. It definitely wasn't involving another person.
It was like eggs. You stop wasting the eggs.
Yeah, like it was something like that, or like
Motherfuckers expensive
Yeah.
nowadays. You did.
Hey,
you
cut
know?
them lights off. That light bill was high.
Word.
Actually, we did have a discussion, but like it's only because sometimes, um, not to again toot my own horn, but I am a vibe. So, so people, sometimes like there's been times where I was gonna collab with somebody, and the guy wanted to be more than just collab buddies. Like he wanted to be in my life, and that's just like it's like mixing business and stuff. But other than that, like I want honestly for polygamy. I'm not gonna say that we would get into polygamy because I would still be doing my own thing. But I want a sister wife so bad. I want one so bad. And people are like, why do you want one so bad? Because like if she can live with us and I can have a friend right there. Like, because I know she's gonna be a brat. Like if we ever get one, I know she's gonna be a brat. And you know what I mean? It's just like it's like a big old family, you know?
So now I don't feel as crazy when the people that are closest to me know that I've had conversations about 2 girlfriends before. Like I was very dead ass about that. So
Yeah.
to hear you say something like that, I'm like, it doesn't sound crazy to me.
It's great. I mean, um, I don't know, it's just how I roll. Like I've always been monogamy is just not for me, and it just never has been. Like from being a teenager to young adult to whatever, like it just has not been for me. And I had to learn the hard way over time. And right now, like I'm living my best life. I love being polyamorous.
Yeah, man.
What do people do? This?
Oh yeah.
What is that? What is that?
Wait, are you talking about when I did it?
No. No, people, girls do it on like TikTok. Is like,
Caprice?
It's like
they're like clapping.
what did patients say? It's almost like clock that T. That's what they've been using. Like clock
Oh
that.
my
Like how gay dudes be.
gosh.
Clock that.
Is that really what that means?
That's what I heard. I don't know.
I would have to call patience. I couldn't tell you.
Okay, well, forget I did that because I don't even know. Whatever. Like,
I know every time Patience do it, she was doing my hair. When Patience did it, I heard the fucking nails clicking in my ear. That's what I heard. That's the only thing I remember. We briefly talked about it a little bit, but I think you might share the same sentiments that I do, just in terms of dating. Like we could go out, right? And if I tell somebody, hey, I went on a date, or I'm out on a date, whatever the case may be, people always assume that means like romantic, or you guys are fucking, like whatever the case may be. And we kind of briefly talked about it when we were out. There's definitions to dating, and unless I am exclusively dating somebody,
yeah.
that's different than dating, and that's different than going on a date.
Yes, I agree. I agree that there's a difference in dating. Like for me, like when I say I'm dating someone, like that's when I'm getting to know you. That's when we're going out together. Little fun things. It's like the step before you become my man. Like that's like the application process. You know, like we're
running your credit.
We're not doing a background check.
Basically, no, some of y'all need to have
Googling you. You know what I mean? Like
this is why you. That's hilarious.
You know what
I don't mind being Googled. I think it's another thing I think is cute.
Like there's a thing like but then for other people it's like when you use the word dating. So I don't know when the people, for those types of people, I don't know what they call the stage. Maybe the talking stage. They call it a talking stage. Oh, I'm talking to her.
Mhm.
And then I guess when they say they're dating you, they're with you.
That's like the relationship.
Exclusive.
Yeah.
But I think it like if I say I'm talking to you, that means I'm dating you. Like to me, they're the one and the same.
So
our generation
you don't
made up that term.
Talking?
And I honestly hate that fucking term so bad. I do, because before us, people were just going on dates and then getting together, and then this slow ass generation had to be like, we just talking.
It is not
You sound crazy. Anything to dumb it down than like dating somebody.
Yeah.
It has to be non-serious. And that's why I don't like it, because how long have y'all been talking? Like y'all been just talking for 3 months?
No, yeah, because okay, so I learned that. I learned this from my guy friend. Oh my gosh, I should call him. Anyway. um I learned because for me, after 3 months, if we've been dating, like going on dates, after 3 months, you're with me. We are together. But for a dude, I think dudes be like 6 months minimum. Some dudes be 6 months minimum. Like they could be fucking with you for 6 months.
Are we gonna have a real
But
conversation
you're
here?
still not gonna be okay, my bad.
No. I'm with everything that you're saying, and I'm with you. I just reason why I asked are we gonna have a real conversation, because I'll tell you what men think if you truthfully tell me, both of y'all, if y'all truthfully tell me how women think. Because okay, let's just say that you guys are dating for, you said 3 months, right? Let's go with your number. At what point do you cut off your other prospects?
Well, it's different for me.
Fuck. See, I can't even have this conversation with her then.
You
Oh,
can,
yeah.
I play both sides.
Well, the only reason why I'm asking is because it's like,
When a man
we're
asks
being
me
honest,
if I want to be his girlfriend.
Yeah, like
So-
that. Yeah.
Period.
so that's like
You
that. So
gotta-
you're not
you
cutting
gotta
them
say
off.
it.
So you're not cutting them off until at least 3 months in, or until you guys say it officially 3 months in, right? So a guy's perspective, let's say we are going with the timeline of 6 months.
Mhm.
We're not done entertaining what else we have until we're past the 3 month stage, and then it's like, okay, I like this one.
And that's reasonable. That's reasonable. That to me, it is.
You just got all the right answers, don't you?
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's not a bad thing. I'm just looking at you like, damn, maybe bro really is at the house chilling.
He really is, because I be thinking I'm not. I like I said, I have lived both lives. Like I have been monogamous. I hated it, but I have lived that life, and I do everyone.
What'd you
around-
hate about it?
I just really feels like I'm in a box. Like I feel really restricted in what I want to do. Like I really love, and I know people. I'm sure people are gonna hate to say like hear this, but I really love, and I feel like I have so much to give. And when I was with one person, when I was with one person, it really felt like I wasn't fully being myself.
You felt like you were handcuffed?
Yeah,
Like in a way?
yeah, I felt like I was just contained to this one little thing, and it was just hard, and I like, you know what I mean? Like it was just difficult for me, and I didn't like feeling that way. I didn't like feeling like I wasn't 100%, and that's what I felt like. I felt like I not only
I want to ask a personal question. I don't know if this is the right question to ask.
go for it. Let's see what happens.
Hell nah.
No, go
She's
for it.
we gotta have Marley back so I could tell you guys all of the things that I really think about Marley. I think Marley's like a vampire. Like, never mind, it doesn't matter. So she's talking about let's see how it ends up. Let's fucking not see how it ends up. I'm not gonna say were you but were you a cheater when you were monogamous?
Yeah. Unfortunately, yes. Because I was trying so hard. I was trying so hard to just be, with one person, and it's like after so much pressure, you're gonna crack, and I had the pressure of like society, and then my family, and then the person I was dating, and then myself, just the pressure of like you better be like this, you're not supposed to be thinking like this. Oh, and I was calling myself a whore. I was calling myself these terrible names because I'm just like, why am I like this?
Did you have an answer?
This is the answer. This is the answer. And honestly, like ever since I've opened up my life, like I feel so good. Like it really feels like I had this weight lifted off me. And so cliche to say that, but it really did feel like that. So sometimes when people say that, it really physically feels like I had this demon just taken off of me, because I didn't have to hide myself. I'll say that. So, yeah, I lived both lives, and I was trying to be a faithful woman. No matter if I was faithful or not, I was still good to them. I still would love them and treat them, besides the cheating, I would still treat them really, really good. And I'm like,
Do you know what you sound like right now?
and I'm scared. What?
No. First of all, I hope you know a little bit about me, just from so far at least. Even if I did have something to say that was like that, You know damn well I wouldn't say it with these damn red lights
Okay.
on. So you know damn well I wouldn't say that anyway. But we had conversations about music, and that was one of the things that we did, right?
Indeed.
Have you ever paid attention to what Rihanna work is about? The record?
I did strip to that song.
That actually tracks. That tracks.
I hated stripping that song. That song was so fucking long. It's so long, and I was like hoping the DJ dude would just turn it off, and he just kept playing the whole song, and I'm like, I'm tired, bro. I'm tired.
I am a future requester in the club. I'm in my phone like, so you don't know what to play. So shit, you can play, and I'm naming off shit like, so you want me to just play? I could do it for you if you want me to. No, but so Rihanna's work record. I was in my relationship at the time, and I went back and listened to it, and I thought I was tripping. But the part where she kept saying, "You see me do me dirt,"
okay,
and I was like, "That shit don't make no sense," right? So I went back and I finally listened to it, and I was like, "If this shit," and I could be completely wrong, but my takeaway was when I was listening to the record, I was like, in the chorus is saying that she puts in work, right?
Yeah.
When she said, "You see me do me dirt, that's why I gotta put in work." I said, that's a fucking cheat anthem, dog. And it took me forever to realize it. Like, that's a cheat record. She's saying, like, I gotta make sure that this nigga's fine at home so I can go outside and do what the fuck I need to go do.
Well, I'm not seeing it like that, though.
I'm not saying that you are, but I was just saying the way that you said it, I was like, oh, that's basically the Rihanna record.
Yeah, and like another, like, to answer like that kind of like, or to add on to that, yes, I do that, and I did that. Like, but I did it out of love, though. Like, people would be like, "Oh, you're a player," because at the end of the day, at the end of it all, like, I would be honest. Like, I've had it back in the day. I had a dude say like, "Oh, like what?" Because I was single, and he knew I was single. Like, even though we were hanging out, I was still single, and he was like, "Oh, okay, well, what dude am I?" I'm like, "I don't know, 3." Like, don't ask me that question. You know what I mean? Like, but I mean, back then I had a bigger attitude about it all. But
I'm not gonna lie. See, never mind. Because this is why, like, because I feel like I always have 2 rules when I go into certain situations, right? And because I'm a journalist, I feel like I can investigate pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
I usually don't ask questions that I don't want the answer to,
Exactly,
or that I already know the answer to.
Mm-hmm.
So usually, if like
he knew the answer,
that's my point. Like, he should have asked that, knowing like I know she got 7, so if I'm top 3, like, it's a win for me. Like, you got to know why you're asking the question. And then the second thing is, I never want to be in a situation where I feel like somebody else in the room knows something about you that I don't know. Like, that's my biggest thing, because I don't give a fuck what it is. It gives me the opportunity to know, so that way I know how to react, that way I know how to read the room, all of that. I hate finding out after the fact, oh, I got a history with him. The nigga who been sitting there in the corner laughing all night?
I would never do that.
Like, so I'm not saying that you would, but those are like the 2 situations that stand out to me, just in terms of what people, I don't want to say what their deal breakers are, but kind of like what their standard is, kind of going in, right? And obviously what you said about the person asking the question, I'm not mad at you being a little bit blunt on the response, because it's like, my nigga, did you ask? Like, do you want the answer?
He knew, and that's why I answered it like how I did, because I've always been I've always been nice, always.
Yeah.
What?
Nothing.
Why you do that noise?
I didn't say nothing. I just, finish your story.
I've always been nice, but he
I think she makes me nervous, guys. That might be it. Stop.
But besides, the whole Rihanna thing, like, I'm such a loving person, and back in the day, I was not the best girlfriend when it came to cheating, but I was the best girlfriend. I did everything for them, and still to this day, like, whoever I'm with, I will do no matter what for them. Oh, say your car broke down today, I will take you to work. Oh, you're hungry, I will cook for you. You know what I mean? Like, I'm down. I'm down for whoever I may be down with that during that time. Like, if we are lasting that long, oh hell yeah, And like you're inviting me to your house and you have a kitchen. Oh hell yeah, we don't have to go out. I will cook you food. Oh, your back hurts? I will massage you. I don't care if your feet hurt. I'm not even a feet person. Like I will do that for you. I will do that one song cater to you, Destiny Child. That's me. And people think like, oh, how do you do that with multiple people? I don't know. It just naturally. I'm a very I don't want to say transactional person. I'm a what is it called? You do for me, and I will do for you. I don't really know how to say
It is transactional. It doesn't have to be monetary, but
Okay,
it could be transactional in the sense of you. If I know that you'll do for me, I have no problem doing for you.
And that's how I am with anybody, family, friends, people I'm in a relationship with. Like I'm down for you. I'll do that. Like my friend, she wasn't able to drive because of her reasons, and I would drive 20 minutes to her house, 20 minutes to drop her off at work.
I knew that was gonna happen. Yo, you can keep talking. I knew it because Caprice had stepped out, and in the back of my mind, I was like, she's locked out. I knew it.
I was like, where'd she go?
But you can keep saying your point. My bad.
Oh, okay. That's pretty much it. Like I'm down. I'm down for them. I love them. I don't like the term that I'm a player because I feel like when someone's a player, they don't care about their peeps.
That's kind of no, you're good. Yeah, because I'm gonna swap the camera as you walk, so you're good. But no, you kind of just said it a second ago. I feel like the notion is as a player that you're lying about it.
Yeah.
And that's at least what I've been told.
I hate lying. I hate it.
There's just no reason to. Like for instance, for me, I know I told you one of those college stories. In college, I learned the best way to just get what you want, in all honesty, is to simply ask for it. Mm-hmm. And ironically enough, my dad called me. My dad got into Northridge back home and didn't go eventually, or essentially didn't end up going. Ended up having to to join the workforce to help his mom pay bills, right? My dad called me after my first couple months of school, and he was like, describe your college experience so far in one word. And he was just kind of like living vicariously through me, right? And he was like, what's the one thing that you learned, like being on campus for the first 3 months? And I laughed, and I was like, ask for what you want?
Yes.
And he was like, what? I said, oh, you meant in the classroom? And he was like, no, I mean in general. I was like, oh, then yeah, ask for what you want.
And it's so true. It's so true. Because if I didn't ask for what I want, I wouldn't be here today.
Yeah, you gotta speak up. Closed mouths don't get fed. A kid just taught me the other day, you really do gotta just ask for what you want.
Dead ass. You
know what you might get. I was getting some corn from the corn man. Yeah, the best.
I just learned that it's called a esquite in a cup. I just learned that.
Yeah.
Esquite. I give you some esquite.
No.
Like that's just such a funny term. But anyway, getting corn from the corn man.
Glad she said it so I don't have to.
By the way, prices have gone way up. $5? That's out here. Back home in LA, they don't get you for that bad. And you would think it's the opposite. But anyway, because they have the chips too. The chips, all of it was $5. The corn was the most expensive. It was like $5.50. I was like,
them damn chicharrones, bro. I'll do that all day. What is it? Is it not that?
Yeah, it is that. You could be like chicharrones. Like
teach me how to roll my R's and we got it.
You can say chicharrone. Like
what did I just say?
You said chicharrones.
Oh. My bad.
Like chonies.
I got a bag. It was $5. It was worth it. But this little black boy, he was like, you got some money? Can I get something? Can you give me something? And I was like, you know what? I do got extra $5.
You know what? Hell yeah.
Yeah. So I handed him the $5 and he got his little food. And a few minutes later, as I'm walking up the stairs, I hear one of his friends, hey bro, how you get that? How you get that for free? I felt bad. I was like, man, I wish I had enough for all you little young cats out here. But
like, I'm glad I'm home.
Yeah, because I'm like, back in the day, you could get all the little kids something because it's all $1, $2. Mm-hmm. You get $5, all y'all can get something. I'm sorry, I don't got another $5 right now. I'm like, whoa.
Word. You got to start asking the ice cream man. So you take Cash App? Okay, what's your Cash App?
He did take Cash App.
They have to.
Yeah, but I was just like, Man, if I give me, you, and the other one something, wow, that's $15, $20. I didn't expect to spend that. I didn't have all that on me to spend at that time and place. But anyway, yes, ask for what you want, because that little boy, he didn't know if I was gonna say yes. He was just like, hey, can you got some money? And he got a $5 bill out of that. So yeah, ask for what you want. You never know.
Got some chicharronis out of that.
No, yeah, facts. Even though she's about to make fun of me for the rest of life now that she knows that I said it that way. But now we can get to the shits. Now we can get to some bullshit. I'm completely with it. What's a complete no go for you in the bedroom?
Like in general?
Yeah.
Feet.
Okay.
I don't want you to suck mine. I don't want to suck yours.
You're just completely grossed out by it.
Yeah.
Is that the only thing?
Don't even touch it. I don't know. I'm pretty open to a lot of shit. So don't if you're pulling my hair, don't pull it from right here.
The root, like you trying to pull a hairline back.
I would say literally.
Like, where's the camera? Like, can you see?
Yes, you can.
You gotta go like this. You gotta go like this. You don't go like this. You know.
This the weak part right here. Yeah, that's the weak part where the edges and shit like that. Yo, pull my whole shit back.
You have to go in it, because if you don't,
yeah, that from the top sounds painful.
You're gonna pull some shit out.
So pulling at the hairline sounds crazy to begin with.
But what else? Nope, no brown stuff.
Great job, because I you know it's funny, whenever people ask me like what's off limits, I'm one of those guys that as I'm like thinking about stuff that never comes to mind, because I'm not playing that shit, bro. No point intended.
No brown stuff. I'll do the yellow stuff though. I'll do that.
I've been asked to be.
I don't. I'll do the number one.
So I've been asked to do that before. Never done it.
R. Kelly me.
She said it, not me. So
sorry.
So I didn't do it, right?
Oh, boo.
But so first of all,
I'm sorry.
No, so the funny thing is, she had asked me. This was like a conversation over, ironically enough, Snap, I think. But this is a conversation over Snap, right? So it never came to fruition. But she was the only person that's ever asked. And when she explained it, like when she described what she got out of it, I was like, I went from nah, no way to in the back of my mind, I was like,
you know,
all right, if that's what it'll do for you, like, all right, maybe we could do this.
I'm such a submissive person. Like anybody I could have never heard of anything, and then they can just propose something to me, and I'll be like, you know, fuck yeah, let's do that. So there's really not much. There's really not much that I wouldn't do, except those two things.
I don't do bodily fluids except for spit.
I want all.
And I don't.
You don't do spit, or you do spit?
Excuse me. Oh, I was like,
I don't. I said I don't do bodily fluids except for spit, because we're already exchanging spit. But I don't do like the spit in each other's mouths. I guess you can call me what they be saying, vanilla. I guess you could call me that.
Yeah, maybe a little beige, because vanilla people don't even spit.
Okay, yeah, so it's okay.
Vanilla.
Beige.
So, ooh, okay.
Vanilla.
I've spit in people's mouths before.
Like, okay, so I recently.
I've had one person spit in my mouth.
Can I tell a story?
Yeah, of course.
So like I was interested in dating this cop.
Boo.
I know. I don't know why I said he was a cop.
Tomato.
I don't know why I said he was a cop. I mean, he was training to be a cop. But he had spit on my mouth without asking me. But I was like, do I like this shit?
Probably.
You know? And I do. And it makes so much sense. But I don't like the Kevin Gates thing when he
fucked that up for us.
When he you know, the glob. The glob, I don't like that.
From Big Daddy, when he made his spit touch the fucking concrete and came back up, that's what Gates did.
Mm-hmm.
Gates almost ruined that completely for us.
Don't ever. I will slap.
It's not supposed to be a loogie.
Yeah, it's not supposed to be. Thank you for saying. It's not supposed to be.
I think that's what grosses me out. That's what turns me off from whole spit.
Yeah,
I'm thinking about it's just supposed to be the saliva that's already in
your mouth. It's more of like a drip.
Oh my god! If I hear that and you do anything afterward, I will. There's gonna be more than saliva everywhere.
The door.
There's gonna be projectile vomit.
I'm calling the
So,
police.
You spit on me, I'm gonna throw up on you. Like,
yeah, that's
But the tour, what is the hawk tour? You
Tour.
could do that on my face. I don't care. Do it. Oh, that's do it everywhere. I like that, but don't glob me. You
yeah.
better hawk
So you're gonna get gloved.
You better hawk to me. You know what I'm saying?
Shit, that's hilarious. Wait, do you have any other questions?
Mm-mm.
I do have I'm not gonna call it a game, but I do have almost like rapid fire. I wanted to talk about just favorites, just a list of favorites for you. Do you want to start with the spicy side or do you want to start with the vanilla side?
Spicy.
Spicy, you want to start with the spicy? All right, let's do it. All right, bet. Favorite scene.
But what?
Favorite scene.
That I've done?
Yes. Are you a porn watcher?
No, not really.
That's intriguing. Why not? And then we'll get back to the favorites.
Fun fact: I just started watching porn when I was like 22 years old. I just never.
You
Really?
just never, yeah.
Yeah, I just never.
Okay, I have a see. Never mind.
Because
No, I
I've
can't even
always
ask that.
always had a person there. You know, whenever I did want to have sex, I just had a person there. It's like, do.
Life as a woman, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
The
It's
fuck?
just like never having to pay for schmeed. You know, never had to do that. Like that's how I barely learned how to roll like last week because I've never had to do it ever.
I was like that for a while when I first started.
Yeah.
You just niggas just be rolling up, so I'm gonna just
Cause you gonna roll every time we together now. Cause what the fuck?
I don't know how to roll those yet. Like I know how to like the raw papers.
Mhm.
I can do those fast. I can do those. I have pictures.
I have proof.
I have proof that I could do them.
That's funny as hell.
But you know, yeah.
Do you have a favorite scene?
Favorite scene. I love. What have I done? This. I want to say the stepsister
Excuse me.
scene. I love the stepsister scenes. I love the best friend scenes. I love any scene where I'm acting oblivious because it's so much fun. Because that's what I feel like. That's when my shyness I can use it to my advantage. Because I already feel shy, you know. So it's like I just feed off of it and turn it into an act where I'm like, oh, like. Are you sure we're supposed to be doing this? Like, I don't know.
right.
Like,
you got a damn pat.
You know?
I'm mad she started quoting the one fucking video I've seen. Like
or it's like
that is hilarious. Cause I watched the best friend one.
okay.
That was the one that I ended up when you agreed to come on the pod. I was like, I gotta fucking say that I've seen something, right?
Or like the stepsister one when it's like he has a girlfriend but you're the stepsister and he just happens to be ready to go at that moment. And it like I think that was like the first video I ever did. I think that was. But I during a certain position I looked back and I was like, I'm better than your girlfriend. And he was like, oh my gosh. And I was like, I'm gonna tell her.
Oh shit.
And so I love it.
So you like it just for that added bonus that you threw in there, I'm assuming, yeah?
I just love turning it into something crazy.
You don't say? Favorite position?
Oh, back shots.
I should have known that earlier from the fucking
Definitely.
hashtags, right?
It doesn't matter. Back shots because it doesn't matter what size the guy is. He's gonna hit it. And like I said earlier today, I do not discriminate size, shade, nothing. You know, if you look good, you smell good, and you treat me right, cool. You know, so it's like fun. Yeah, fun fact. Like you do a back if you if you're not a biggie out there, put the girl in back shots, and you will get the job done.
We've had way too many Biggie references in this fucking show.
I'm about to say like biggin, like a big one or something, but you know what I mean? Like that's Biggie's what came out.
That's hilarious. I think I know this one already. Favorite co-star.
Favorite co-star? I mean, obviously, I don't want to say my husband. I usually like exclude him from so many things.
Okay.
It's just like a given that he is that for me, you know? But definitely Casting Kirby. Shout out to Casting Kirby. I love him. That is my dude. That is my buddy old pal. I would love to work with him forever. He found me. He found me on the internet, and he he's very professional. The way he approached me and how we started, and he still is to this day. Like we are closer, but he like it's still professional, and I have never felt uncomfortable with him. I've never felt like, ew, with him, and I love him. Love the dude.
Favorite feature
Of
on
me.
yourself?
Oh, my face, my smile.
Smile specifically.
Yeah, you have a pretty smile.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I told her about her teeth as soon as I seen her. I was like, that's the first
Yeah,
fucking
have
thing.
you
that
had
stands
like
out.
braces or just naturally straight?
No, just me.
You're
God.
so lucky.
Just being Marley. Just being Marley.
Yeah.
This one I couldn't wait to do. This one is actually my favorite one in terms of what I wanted to ask you.
What's up?
I don't like how every time I speak, you look like you're nervous. I don't
What are
like
you gonna
that.
ask? Like, what are you gonna ask?
Am I that unruly? I don't think I'm unruly at all.
No, I'm just a shy person because it could really be because like I said, like I'm really open, so it could really be
A wild question.
anything. Yeah.
And then everybody gonna hear what I'm asking. They're gonna be like, "Oh, this nigga." It's not. This is just my favorite one because I've been waiting to do it. I didn't actually have the chance to talk to you about it when we were out. Favorite tattoo? I think I have a favorite tattoo on you.
Okay, what do you say?
I'm not telling you right now. The fuck? You tell me.
I have like I love my doodle bob tattoo. I love it so much.
You have a doodle bob?
Yes,
tattoo?
ma'am. Right here. Look at my socks. Can I?
Oh yeah, I love it.
You really are a SpongeBob.
I love
fiend.
SpongeBob.
There.
What? I want one now. That is so cute.
Yeah.
They did a perfect job.
Yeah.
It looks just like
I
the
got it
cartoon.
when I was in Hawaii. And I love my Princess Mononoke tattoo.
Okay.
It's definitely I'm a little nerdy birdie when it comes to like Studio Ghibli and all types of anime. Like people ask me like, "Oh, what's your favorite anime?" Like I love it all.
That was gonna be on this list as
I
well.
love it all. Like obviously like looking at my scrunchie, it's Demon Slayer. I love it all because if it has a good story, one that I will say that I'm surprised I didn't like is the anime called that one time I was turned into a slime or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those long title animes, and I thought I was gonna be super into it. I have yet to finish it. Like it just has not. It did not.
It wasn't it for you.
No.
So my favorite tattoo.
Oh my gosh! Sorry.
No, you're perfectly fine.
Oh, that one time I was reincarnated into a slime.
The one time.
That one time I was reincarnated into a slime. It's this guy who was reincarnated into a slime, a really powerful slime. It's cool. It's a cool anime. It just the storyline was not getting me.
He didn't do it for you.
It did not.
So I told you guys I'm not big into movies and TV shows typically. So I don't know her name. You should probably know where I'm going. You have a tattoo on your right thigh.
Yes.
Can you explain that one? Or can you even show that one? It should be.
Yeah, it's not way up there. Hold on the mic.
Oh, you're good. That tattoo is hard as hell.
Right there. That's Morticia Addams.
Yeah.
Played by
The Addams Family.
The Angelica Houston version.
Super fire.
How long did that take?
6 hours, I think. Nonstop.
Oh, nonstop though. Oh god.
I don't like going.
Says the one with one tattoo.
Yeah, that sounds so painful. I got one baby tattoo.
Back. I don't like going back
To get more work done.
Yeah, I just want to finish it at that moment. So
I'm the exact same way, Loki.
Yeah, me too. That's why I can't get something that long.
all of them are like this one. My Princess Mononoke. It was 2 sessions, 4 hours
A piece?
Yeah.
My longest tattoo is probably my leg.
Morticia was 6 hours. I think my Sally tattoo, which is on this calf, I don't remember how long she took, but it was like an all day. Like I went during the morning, I got out at nighttime.
See, I'm not that dedicated. Damn. That is some shit, but they look good though.
Thanks.
Yeah, they look great.
I just have 2 more favorites, and then we can wrap up the pod with whatever y'all want to wrap it up with.
I'm sure I didn't ask about my music taste. Crazy. It's too much.
Who said I wasn't? That was actually where I'm trying to figure out where to go because I think I'm gonna save this other one for last. But favorite song?
Oh, that's crazy. I don't have one.
Ooh, even better. Give me favorite artist then. Favorite album. Give me something.
No. I will tell you a song that I've been obsessed with. What is it called? It's by Leo Sayer. It's like way before our time.
Okay.
Oh, I think it's Show Must Go On. Can I just look it up?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Leo, who?
That's what I'm about to go look up.
It's a really good song, and he
You said must go on.
Show Must Go
Show must go on.
On. Oh yeah, the show must go on.
I'm gonna play a little bit of it.
Go for it. It's a wonderful song to me.
This is a wonderful song. Yeah, it must be really good.
Let's see what we got. Gonna let a little bit of it rock. You said you what?
And now that I'm thinking about it, there is an actual song that I'm actually. Yeah, look up this one instead.
Talk to me.
That one I do have to look it up because I don't even know how to pronounce the guy's name.
Got you.
But the song is called.
Bless.
The song is called "Hello, It's Me," and it's by Todd Rundgren. I can't ever pronounce his last name.
Todd Rundgren.
Yeah, that one. I've loved this song since I was in high school, and then me and my best friend, we watched Sex in the City. One of our tattoos is from Sex in the City. We have a matching one.
2,
And they played it. I don't want to ruin it, Sex in the City for some people, but they played this.
Oh y'all are so late. Girl, go ahead.
It wasn't a new one. They have new Sex in the City out.
There's a new one?
Yeah, it's called the first whatever it's called, but
City and the Sex. What?
no, it's like what did Carrie always say? I'm such a blank right now, but it's new. It came out like last year. That's how new it is, and something
Y'all bonding over shows that I never even saw is amazing to me.
Something happens in it. And they play this song, and I cried.
I'm gonna let a little of it rock, and then I'm gonna get to this last favorite. They played this on that 70s show, haven't they? 1000%.
Maybe I think too much, but some things.
Gonna let it rock. I got one more, and we will see if Caprice has any more. I don't know if Caprice has any favorites that you wanted to ask her. Aside from you telling me, why every time I look at you laugh? Aside from you telling me that you love science, yeah. I believe the second thing out of your mouth was you love to read. So I gotta know, what's your favorite book?
Oh my gosh. I also don't have one of those. I feel like, once people do get to know me, if they watch me more and more, like they realize that I'm such an indecisive person. I'm such a love everything type person. So right now, I'll just talk about the book that I'm reading right now. It's called Sally's Lament. And it's basically, if you guys see Night Before Christmas, know about Jack Skellington. He goes to Christmas Town, and that's the whole movie. But the book is about if Sally went to the Christmas Town, and she goes on this adventure about Christmas Town. And I'm only halfway through the book right now. So yeah, she went full on. Like she went in to Christmas Town. She met the people, stuff like that, and then discovered that it has a very grim side to it. And, people are disappearing and stuff. And
that sounds very interesting.
Yeah, it's really cool. And I have the next book that I'm going to read it's called 90 Minutes in Heaven.
Okay.
And the only reason, this is why I'm bringing it up, because I found it at a thrift store, because I love going to thrift store for books. The only reason why.
Meanwhile, I'm in there for starter jackets.
Yeah.
Thrift stores have a great book selection.
They do.
Very surprising.
And some books are like $30. And you can get them for like $2.
Yeah, for sure.
So hit up your thrift stores, The book, I got it because my husband, he opened up the book and read a line. Oh my, sorry.
It happens.
He read a line, and the line was, in that moment, I had the largest bowel movement I had in a week. And then it was talking about how the nurse, like, she was like, oh, I tried to help the nurse, but then I realized I could not help her as as the bowel was still coming out. And I'm like, I have to read it.
Now you have to figure out what it
I
is.
have to read the whole thing.
Yeah.
So that was in the middle of the book, so I have to read it. So I got it.
Have you ever read Dr. Sleep?
No.
Do you know what Dr. Sleep is?
No.
So, excuse me. So, Dr. Sleep, my dad told me to get this book. I got this book, and then a bunch of bullshit happened, and I never even cracked it open. I'm so dead ass. He kind of told me a little bit about what the book was, and I was like, oh, I'm definitely going to go get to it. Reason why I'm bringing it up is because they have a movie that's out, and I refuse to watch the movie because my dad told me the book was way better than any movie that he's seen. But Dr. Sleep is, if you go back to, why am I blanking? If you go back to The Shining, right?
Yeah.
And obviously we all know about The Shining, right? Dr. Sleep is the son growing up.
Oh, what?
And Dr. Sleep, if I recall correctly, see, I should fuck around and call my dad. If I recall correctly, and if I'm wrong, Dad, we'll get around on the next pod. My bad, gang. Dr. Sleep, if I recall correctly, they bring him in to talk to patients before they die. And like he calms them down before they die because they're seeing people from the afterlife, and he goes in there and he calms them down, and he basically is like, he's Dr. Sleep.
He's a happy paralysis guy.
Basically, he gets them where they need to go, right? So that's just something that I feel like you would, just knowing you a little bit, you probably would like that book.
I'm definitely gonna look it up.
You should
That
do it.
sounds interesting.
You should do it.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
Oh, I remember something because you had asked like what's something I remember how you worded it, but what's something that people get wrong about
Misconceptions,
us? Yeah, misconceptions. That we don't have fathers.
That's funny.
Yeah, that's like one of the biggest one, like father.
That's so
behavior.
fucked up.
Fatherless behavior.
I see that on Twitter all the time.
I have a great relationship with my dad.
Shout out to you, man.
Yeah.
that matters.
Yeah, he has always been there. Yes, he is a strict Mexican dad. So I did have as a female growing up, it was hard, but now like I'm an adult and I do what I want.
And I was about to say that too. You said he's a strong Mexican man. Do you want to tell people what you are? I don't know if you want to.
Yeah. I'm black and Mexican. My mom is black and my dad is Mexican. From Mexico.
Yeah,
right. If you didn't know.
That's I don't mind telling people like I grew up in California. I'm not telling you where, but
shout out to the land, man.
Yeah. But yeah, my dad and my mom have always been there for me. I had a wonderful childhood. I lacked nothing. I didn't want for nothing, except like my mom. She never gave me chocolate past 8 p.m. I was very.
Caprice over there nodding her head like valid, fucking valid, and I'll be upset too.
Yeah, but my dad, he gave me everything I wanted, like from the snacks to the school clothes to whatever. Mm-hmm. And now, like, I love music so much, and we bonded through music. And now that I'm getting older, I definitely like him.
That's what's up.
Definitely. Sometimes it's like, damn.
Yeah, right. When you realize
you see the similarities, that's what it is.
How
you
much
starting to
like
see
your
it.
Parents, yeah.
Yeah, and then people be calling me by his name. I'm like, stop.
Right.
Miss Caprice, you got anything else for Marley?
No, you got all the good questions.
I mean, like I said before, I have two well, I know Marley and I just met, but essentially, like I said before, I have two female friends here. I tell you guys all the time that I have a healthy portion of female friends, and I listen to them just about some of the stuff that they say. So that's why even coming on, like I said before, that was why I showed you a little bit when we went out, just in terms of some of the things that I was thinking about bringing up on the pod. Yeah. I've added to it. Like I added to it since meeting you because I needed to know what you were comfortable talking, yeah, like when you shelled up, when you didn't. Like I would have never asked what her fucking favorite book was if we didn't go out. So like I said, that's kind of the reason why. I'm not gonna say that the interview. I almost said interview. That's one of the reasons why the pod.
You lied.
It's one of the reasons why the pod, I feel, turned out the way it did today. But round of applause for you, man. I'm super happy. I'm super proud that you were able to give us some time. You want to guess how long we went today?
I don't even know what time I got here.
I know. It's a good thing. That means
2
everything's been
hours?
flowing.
2 hours and 30 minutes.
We're at 2:38. We're at 2:38 right now. So, Marley, I appreciate you again.
Hit up my Twitter.
Yeah, do that. Go through all of your socials. Let everybody know where they can find you.
And you asked what was off limits. Calling it X. So you're doing good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We don't call it X. It's Twitter always. Elon, we don't take you serious.
Nah, Loki.
Yeah.
Go ahead and do your social shout out so everybody knows where to find you.
All right. So my Twitter is at Mar BB24, I think. Yeah, it is. And then my Instagram, my third and new Instagram is sweet_Marley22. And I ain't giving you guys my Snapchat. So I hate when people be trapping me on Snapchat. They really do. People be trapping me like, okay, they have my Twitter, my Instagram, and I don't respond to people on Instagram. They hit my Snapchat, and I don't know who I'm talking to. Trapping me.
See, remember how I said earlier that who knows what women go through? Because as a guy, certain shit I'm not entertained. Bro, what?
Yeah.
Like everybody blocked. Now everybody get the fuck out of here. Now I don't trust none of y'all.
Yeah,
Wait, quick sidebar. The
Talk to
older
me.
I get, the more I understand like using numbers and usernames. I feel like when we were young, we wanted to have like the coolest like username and like nickname or whatever. But like sometimes it's just something like simple, and you
Just
add
a
like
number.
your number at the end, like your birthday or day you're born or year you were born. But I feel like when I was younger and I would see old people do that, I'd be like, that's so old. Like,
Mm-hmm.
John 29. Like, that's so lame. You're lame, John. But now I'm like, yeah.
You're lame, John.
And now I'm like, yeah, I'm doing the same
And she said it in
thing.
her 13-year-old voice. You're lame, John.
Lame,
But I
John.
get it now. That's all
You're
I have to say.
lame,
I be
though, John.
ending my little usernames like 09. Come
I
on.
started doing it like, what year I graduate? 2012? Yeah,
Yeah, I
12,
just start
12,
using
yeah.
important numbers now. So yeah, if you see a number at the end of it, it's important. But yeah.
If if my Instagram, so I'm doing a good job now. Like I'm not posting the naughty on Instagram, so I shouldn't be deleted again. But if I do get deleted again, it's just gonna be sweet_Marley26.
And you gonna keep going. Smart
It's
move.
gonna keep going.
Hey, that's honestly, I'm thinking about fucking redoing my damn Twitter or my Instagram name after.
I don't
this
have one,
fucking-
so
Yeah, get on that. What is up with you?
Instagram's not even. No, I was kidding.
I mean, it's Instagram.
Well,
Like,
I
what
think
do I
Marley and I
gain?
agree that our favorite app is Twitter. So
Yeah, like
Yeah, Twitter's my favorite. That's where I'm
Twitter's
at.
where it's at. Twitter's where it's at. I can post all the naughty on there. And,
they
you
they
know,
don't give a shit about none of it. They let it all fly.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, again, Marley, I appreciate you for being with us. Thank you again. And in honor of you being here, I heard you say this earlier. So we're going to end the pod with a record as we typically do. I feel like it's only fitting since she's here. We're going to let it rock.
Oh my god.
Episode 69 of the OD Gang. I'm Terrell. That's Marley. Behind the camera is Caprice. Until next time, gang.
I'm not a player, I just crush a lot.
Still got what you're looking for.